Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey, Deathray here. Hopefully you guys are having a lovely Wednesday. It's a very exciting day for all of us horror fans, especially all of us Friday the 13th fans. And yeah, guys, I am excited. I know that while covering all of this news, there were certain times where I was pretty critical about everything, but once you're here and you're on the day and you're actually able to see it, I am excited. I am hopeful. I will be fair. I mean, you guys know how I am. Even if I want to like something, if I don't end up liking it, I will be honest about telling you that. And yeah, you know, we can talk about all that stuff after the short and all that, just once we get a good idea of what this short film vignette is all about. But I want to say what's up to everybody here. I believe the Jason Universe stream is going to start here in about 10 minutes. And then as far as I know, the film is scheduled to start at about 15 after the hour. I'm just going to have a quick sip here of water. Oh, yeah. So yeah, guys, if you're joining in live, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Just give me a chance. That's all I'm saying. If you don't like the channel later on, you can always unsubscribe if you want to. But we just passed 1,600. Yeah, we just passed 1,600. And we're cruising along, guys. And that is, I mean, a big part of that is because of you. Because you guys are sharing the channel. You're helping this community grow. Everyone here is so welcoming and so awesome. And yeah, I mean, you guys, I want to give you just as much credit as I take over here. You know, I may spend quite a bit of time on the channel, but so do you guys. You guys are always jumping in on the lives and being awesome. So, you know, thank you again so much to the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, our amazing group of Death Squad mods, our awesome moderators. And you know what? If you're a subscriber and you just want to come here and hang out, that's awesome too. There's no requirement to do super chats or get a membership or support the channel financially. Any kind of support you can give the channel is huge, guys. That's the way that we're gonna keep this dream alive and keep on growing this community. So with that being said, I just want to remind you guys to hit that like button. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. The best thing you could do, honestly, is share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. There is a huge community out there for horror on YouTube, and the only way people are going to find out is if we're sharing, you know, and it's just going to get bigger and stronger and better as we go along. So I'm going to say what's up to everybody hanging out in the chat. Then I'm going to shill a couple things really quick before that stream starts over there on the Jason Universe. So let me jump on back to the chat. We got Chester Franklin Jr. What's happening, Chester? So great to see you. Lamontre Gillard in the house. We've got Eli Cortez, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad mods. How are you doing, Eli? And Eli says, yeah, don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this amazing channel and consider becoming a member of the mighty Death Squad for some sweet perks. Yeah, and in fact, guys, if you are a channel member, I want to know, let me know in the chat, what do you guys want to do for our next channel member or our members only stream? Do you guys want to do like a topical discussion that's just us hashing it out? Do you want to do like a Q&A? Do you want to do trivia? I know that sometimes you guys really dig that trivia. So if you are a YouTube channel member, let me know what you would like to do for our next members only hangout. It's been a little bit, and I know we've got some new members, so I have to make good on you. I'm thinking something either tomorrow evening or Friday, maybe like midday on Friday, so we can get some people across the pond as well as the folks out here in the States. So let me know what you guys want to do there for the channel members. We got Michelle Schmidt in the house. What's happening, Michelle? So good to see ya. Gory Tiger is hanging with us. What's happening, Gory Tiger? Great to see you as well. We got Ashton Luck in the house. What's happening, Ashton? We got our guy Avery. What's up, Avery? We have our lovely mod, Erica. How are you doing, Erica? So good to see you. Guys, you better listen to Erica. Don't, don't upset her, okay? She's she's a tough one. We got Paula Fitzhenry in the chat. What's happening, Paula? So great to see you. Excellent. So Paula's got Sleepaway Camp set up on Peacock. Yeah, guys, so that was the plan anyways, was to watch Sleepaway Camp. And in fact, everyone, I want you to know, I watched Sleepaway Camp for the very first time earlier today. So it's very fresh in my mind for our watch party. It's available on Amazon Prime, Peacock, Tubi, Pluto TV, Plex, all that kind of stuff. Roku, little Roku channel. So yeah, just to give you guys a heads up, what we're going to do, just in case there are some new people hanging out or some folks who missed it, we will watch the Jason Universe Sweet Revenge short live. Now, I can't show it on my screen, but it is on YouTube, and the link is pinned in the chat. So you can bring it up on your own window. We're going to watch that live. And then during the live, feel free to jump on into the chat and kind of share your thoughts as we go along in the chat. And then we'll have a discussion. And after our Sweet Revenge discussion, we will jump into Sleepaway Camp. Such a naughty movie. It is so naughty, you guys. We got Dean Renner, one of our great Patreon members, channel members, and Death Squad mods. What's happening, Dean? So good to see you, bud. Always a pleasure having Dean join us. Dean's got a channel called Enter the Cinevault, and it looks like Eli just shared the channel right there. So boom, there it is. We're eagerly awaiting your return to Enter the Cinevault, Dean. And we got Amanda in the house. What's happening, Amanda? So good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Let's see who else we got going on in here. We got Destiny Faulkner, one of our great Death Squad mods. Oh my gosh, Dez is just such a treat, such an awesome member of the community. I know some of you guys probably already heard this when I told the story, about a month and a half ago, but I've met Raiden Timmons, Destiny's other half, a few times here in the community because we live in the same area. So we've met at screenings and all that kind of stuff. And I was fortunate enough to meet Dez earlier this summer when she was visiting, and it was super cool just getting to hang out, shoot the shit, all that kind of fun stuff. I love hanging out with you guys digitally. It's great, but it's really cool to meet somebody from the community in person. And I do have to share this again because it cracks me up, because I noticed, and I don't always notice, Des, as soon as I walked up, she's like literally sizing me up, probably thinking, oh, he's taller than I thought, or whatever. I don't even know, maybe shorter than you thought. I have no idea. But it kind of cracked me up because I'm not that tall, guys. I'm just about 6 feet tall. So nothing too extraordinary, that's for sure. When I stand next to Vincent DeSanti or Cecil Laird from the Horror Show channel, they completely dwarf me in size. Yeah, thank you so much for bringing it up there, Erica. I do have a super chat goal started. Again, guys, super chats are not required. It's just like, I don't know. I just kind of think of it as a fun little sort of like bonus game to play, So hanging out is plenty enough. That's what I'm here for, is to chill with you guys. But if you guys want me to do like a full-on review of Sweet Revenge and kind of break it down, like chop through each little section on a pre-recorded video, then the way to get me to do that, because it would take a little bit of time. So the way to do that is to have 10 super chats that are just $2 or more. So really easy stuff. If you guys are interested in that, and if you're not interested in it, then that's fine. We'll have our discussion here. I'll probably shoot a little short for YouTube, just kind of giving my 1-minute thoughts. But if you want me to kind of break things down and go and just get real nerdy about it, then 10 super chats of $2 or more. We got Bill from the Everscathed in the house. Fuck the Everscathed. Happy birthday, by the way, to Christopher Nelson. If you guys know, if you hang out on Pat That Halloween Movie Collectors channel, then you know what I'm talking about. Great to have Bill hanging out. Bill is a top-notch dude and a big horror fan and a kick-ass musician. And the guy's got a falsetto that will make you quiver in all the right spots. Let's see who else we've got here. Just want to catch up with everyone. We got Blazin' Asian in the house. What's happening, Blazin'? I love you too. I love each and every one of you. I love all my kids the same. You know what I mean? So good to see you, Blazin'. And we got Daz in the house, not having any expectations going into the short. I think that's a good way to go, Daz. I'm expecting that it will at least be decent. I'm not expecting to be blown away, and I don't think it's going to be total shit. By the way, that reminds me, guys, there is a poll in the chat. So if you want to partake in that poll, The question is, are you excited / hopeful for this sweet revenge short? And right now, oh, hell yeah, is winning out of the 21 votes. It's got 76% of those. And let's see what's in second place. I don't care much either way, 19%. 5% of you say, no, this Jason looks trash. And 0% say hashtag we want Womp Stomp. I want Womp Stomp involved at some point. I want Vin to be brought in to at least be a resource for these guys. If they're not going to hand over the keys to Womp Stomp, I get that they're protective about what they've got. And Vin is very capable of doing, you know, he's shown that he's been able to raise literally like $500,000 for his Never Hike Alone movies, which is incredible for fan filmmaking, especially, you know, when you see the amount of production value and quality that you get in those movies. So I understand they want to be protective and they want their ideas to be homegrown. I just think that Vin's got his ear to the ground as far as like what you and I really look for in Friday the 13th, and I would love to have him involved at some point. It would be great. We got one of our great channel members, Ty Lee, in the chat. What's happening, Ty? So great to see ya. Yeah, it was, we'll talk about it when we get there, but if I had watched it when I was a teenager, I'd probably feel a lot more warm about, or warmly, is that right? About Sleepaway Camp. But, you know, it's a low budget, trashy, early 80s camp slasher, you know? So that's what you're going to get. We got double feature podcast in the house. What's happening? Hope you are having a great time. Are you guys looking forward to the Sweet Revenge short or what? And I'm guessing that is Mika. All right. Chester knows what's up. There you go. Enter the Cinevault is approaching 200. Guys, if you're not subscribed over there, Eli, feel free to drop that again at some point in the chat. Maybe if the room fills up even a little bit more. But guys, let's get our boy Dean up to 200 subscribers. He's been taking a little bit of a break to revamp his space. He's saying right now his new desk arrives tomorrow. So let's give him that nice like boost. So when he comes back, he's charged up with his new space, and then he's also charged up because he's hit a milestone. So let's go. Let's frickin' go. Yeah, 16 years since the last official Friday the 13th entry. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit for sure. Let's see who else we've got going on here. Holy cow, Amanda dropped a $1.99 super chat. Says, let's kick this off early. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, Amanda. Thank you so much for the $1.99. There we go, guys. We are just $18 away, divided by 9. So there you go. Yes, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know, Antonis. I saw your 16 years thing. I must have missed the first one, or maybe it didn't go through. I'm not sure. 985 people watching the Sweet Revenge premiere on their channel. Hell yeah. Yeah, guys, feel free to let them know. Obviously, we can't post the link to the stream over here, but I've been jumping in the chat over there. You know, I mean, the chat's just flying. But feel free to let them know that over here on the Davey Deathray channel, we're going to be doing a watch party and a discussion after. So if people want to actually jump in a discussion where there's not 1,000 people trying to get in their thoughts about the short film, then this is a great place for them to jump on over and actually have their voices heard and their comments read. There you go. I will be to 985. I thought you mean I'm going to show up to Dean's house and I'll do a live collaboration. I'll do that. I'll just bust on in. Stayed up late for this, says Adam Brimson Design. That's right. Adam Slash'em. Guys, if you don't follow Adam over on his social medias, he's an amazing artist. He put together a really beautiful pencil drawing of my ridiculous face from the Late Night with the Davey thumbnails. And very flattering and very humbling and awesome to see that. And he does a lot of really cool stuff. Paintings on like playing cards, like a deck of cards. So really, really, really beautiful stuff. We got Jared Arnold in the chat. What's happening? Cautiously optimistic. There it is, Jared. Hell yeah. One of our great channel members there, Jared Arnold. Hell yeah. Excellent. So let's see here. Eli sharing Adam's channel. Awesome. We got Gene Whitacombe in the house. Gene, I'm having a very great day. I'm excited for some sweet revenge action, and it looks like let's see here. Yep, I see the timer going over on their channel, so they're about to start their stream. So very, very good. Yeah, I figured they would do something like that, and I know they're starting the film at 15 after, so we got some time. But I do have it pulled up currently. Don't worry, guys. I will get the stopwatch pulled up for when the actual film starts, and I'll get that going. So if you happen to be watching after the fact, number one, that's awesome. Make sure you hit that like button. You know, guys, when you check out the replays, whether or not you're across the pond or maybe you're, you know, in New Zealand or Australia and you don't get to catch this or any of my live streams until the day after, you know, it really does help give that live stream a second life, essentially. So I will get that timer going so everyone can follow along in case we're not right on the same page or the same time code there. We got Todd Bound in the chat. What's happening, Todd? So great to see you. Big Papa Musk is in the friggin' house. What's happening, Big Papa Musk? Love seeing you jump on in as well. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone else. Manny's Manic Media, another one of our great channel members jumping on in. Boom, there it is. And I'm guessing this are these the links to the actual stream? Well, they're two different links. Interesting. So I do have one. I believe I've got one pinned in the chat as well, guys. As far as I know, that is the right link. I don't know. I guess I should double check just in case they've changed it. Yeah, let me double check this link here. Yeah, this is the right link. So if you, just in case you're jumping in midstream or, you know, you just got here or something, or you're looking for that link or you lose it for whatever reason, the link to the Sweet Revenge short is listed in the chat, and it looks like they're on their final countdown to get the stream going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, their stream is starting. And I'm just going to make sure it's muted right now over on my end. What did I miss here? Did they already start it and I totally missed the start of it? Oh my goodness. Well, that wasn't very nice of them to do that. Here we go, guys. We're going to get this rolling. And yeah, I am behind. So my bad. That's shameful. Shameful. Well, I'm going to scrub on back. Let's see here. I'm going to scrub on back and get this thing going. Okay. So yeah, I am a couple minutes behind, guys. Or about a minute behind. Okay, guys, I skipped ahead just so I'm with you. I don't want to be behind you guys. So the stopwatch is going to be about 45 seconds behind. Is her name Eve, like Adam and Eve, like the apple, like the fruit in the Garden of Eden? Oh my God, if that's true. Wow. I don't know. Jason Voorhees trouble. Moida. Anyway, see ya. Ayo, ring a ding ding. He has a sensible man bun, at least, you know? Well, she didn't say anything about a swimsuit, but she is wearing one, so she's a liar. Angry Orchard. Yeah, I love that he's like, "Hey, we just got here, so I'm gonna bail with my boy, and don't give me any shit, okay?" Harold is like Crazy Ralph, but with like a wannabe old guy, old hot guy beard, you know? You see these like 65-year-old guys that have those beards? Stop it. Stop it, guys. Yeah. When you've got a kiki mama and a thirst to match, reach for Angry Orchard. So are we, Gory Tigers. So are we. Oh my gosh, 2 off-screen kills? What the hell? Seriously? I don't even know who those people were. I mean, what? We saw them for 5 seconds? Yeah. Dark. This is very dark. Like, I'm having a tough time kinda seeing what well, finally, a little more light, but yeah. Morning, Prince. Yeah, I didn't wanna risk that because I've been yanked off of I've had my streams ended because of that. Yeah, they're nailing the, Harry Manfredini kinda sound for sure. Alright, I can see that. Can't escape the apple. Yeah, I guess I applaud them for trying to match that, you know? What, that's her boyfriend and the other girl kissing? Good one, Daz. Yeah, we gotta throw through the window. It's pretty classic. Nice. I like that. Uh, okay. All right. We got Leanna Bevy Rage in the house. What's happening, Leanna? So good to see you. Holding on to his leg? Is that really gonna work? Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if taking out the oh geez, Apple core. Come on. Uh, I mean, I guess this is like sort of funny. A lot of just standing around when I'm sure Jason would just like react immediately. You know, you drive a machete through his back. I mean, you just like stand around looking for your next weapon. Ooh, the keys. Ooh, the keys. So you were kissing my boyfriend? We are not really getting any good shots of Jason here, guys. It's kind of bumming me out. So are we just not going to talk about it? That must be why she's being quiet, not because she's like pissed off or whatever. I don't know. Oh, damn. Well, Harold did say betrayal, you know. She's like, ah, it'll just get blamed on Jason anyway. Or is it going to be something like now she's like spiritually connected to him in some sort of weird way? Because she kind of's got that zombie look. Yeah. Yeah. Are they going to be buddies? They're going to turn into a buddy cop movie? Again, really dark. Not really getting any good looks at Jason, unfortunately. No. 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 That's how you're ending it? Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. Huh. I so I guess I'm just sort of like, I don't know what to think, guys. I don't know what to think about that. Yeah, to me that seems like this is sort of like the opening scene of a movie idea that they are putting together. Um that is wild. All right, I'm just going to tell the folks that they can jump on over here if they want to join the discussion. I guess that's it from them over on the Jason Universe YouTube page. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I've got the discussion tab pulled up here. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, jump on into the comments and let me know what you think of that. I felt like it was so. I know it's just 13 minutes, but it really was rushed, even though it was 13 minutes. And was it even that long? Yeah, I guess so. I guess the timer was about 13 minutes. Okay. So, yeah, to me, guys, that seems like that's going to be the opening of a movie, because what else are you going to do? Are you going to do another? Are they going to do a series of these commercials? You know? I don't know, because that's not an ending. Fudge. Oh my goodness. They're either going to fight or join up. What the fuck was that, says Eli. And they left it on a cliffhanger. They gonna fuck, says Daz. What was that, says Michelle. Does Jason find love? Well, that was something. Avery says that was awful. Tyler says, what in the... Gene says it was good, I think. There are some moments in there for sure. And we'll get into... We can discuss all the stuff we liked about it and the stuff we didn't like about it, guys. So, yeah, for now, just like let me know what you thought. And then if there was something that sort of sticks out to you as a glaring positive or a glaring negative, let me know a little bit deeper. Big Papa Must says, what would y'all rate that on a scale of 1 to 10? I would say like a 5. Like, honestly. Yeah, there's some really dark shots that are very poorly lit. I feel like most of the time when Jason is on the screen, they're really not lighting the shots properly. And we're really only seeing him in flashes anyways. So you can brighten up the lights. You can have better lighting and still not really like give it away or have him be overexposed. There were some good shots of gore. I think the makeup and the music were the two best things here. And when I say makeup, I just mean the makeup. I don't mean the Jason mask or anything like that. I mean like the gore effects and the music were the two biggest positives. And as far as like the acting, I can't even really tell if the acting is good or not. There wasn't very much of it on display. It was fine. Nothing really stood out here for me. See the interest and build from that, maybe? Yeah, well, they've already announced. So, Amanda, they announced they're doing a video game and a sequel movie. And I'm curious to know if they already have Mike P. Nelson, the guy that did this short. And he's also the person that's, he did the Wrong Turn remake from 2021. And he's directing the Silent Night, Deadly Night remake that's coming out this December. So I do see some of that almost Terrifier level-ish gore in the Sweet Revenge short. I don't necessarily need that in a Jason movie or a Friday the 13th movie. You know, all the dismembered body parts laying around doesn't really feel like Friday the 13th to me. But whatever, they can try some new things. I'm not going to be like so strict about all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it seems like to me that's almost like, yeah, they want to see if people like it. And if people like it, that will be like essentially the opening of a movie. Possibly, and maybe they would even reshoot it once they get a full budget for a movie, but that would be their kind of opening and take it into a different direction from there. I'm not sure. Manny says, boo, seems like they tried to show the mask as little as possible. Oh, yeah. And light it as poorly as possible. The music and the on-screen kills were okay. There's probably going to be a part 2, part 3, stretch this out like an hour, full-length short or something. Yeah, what if they do something like, what if they do like a Super Bowl commercial? What if they have like a couple of them and then they do a Super Bowl commercial? We do have a Friday the 13th in February and in March, so we could get a little more then. Avery says, dog shit. Dad says it was fine, but a cliffhanger is a bad idea. Des says, felt like I was blue-balled. Yes. Knowing what that actually feels like, Des, I can say, yeah, that's what this feels like. And yeah, the score was good. It was meh. Score was good. Paula loved the cliffhanger. Now, if they already told us that we're getting a second part, if they're like, hey guys, every 13th of the month, we're going to be dropping another 13-minute short. We basically put together a movie, and we're also planning something that will be in the theater, but we want to give you something now. Then I would be like, okay, a little like web series thing, that could be cool. But seeing this and not knowing when the hell we're going to get live action Jason again, this to me is a pretty colossal letdown. I hopefully I'm not being too like reactionary and too shitty about it, but and we'll see. Maybe I'll reach that super chat goal and I'll get to kind of go through everything and give you guys my detailed thoughts, but I want to check out what you guys are saying. Paul, Chester says I will check it out later, or I'll watch it later tonight. I'll probably watch it some more too. Some people hacked, more worried about cheating, impaled, but still alive and strong. Awful. Yeah, if you get a machete like right in the center of your body, like 3 inches, 4 inches deep, and you pull it out, I think you're going to bleed out in like 10 minutes. Yep, probably planning a series. There you go. Gene's like, what was up with that ending? So Gene liked it, but Gene was like, this ending is balls, man. Jared Arnold drops a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jared, and says, wish I could hang longer, but too much going on here. Got to help with some math homework. Always a pleasure, Davey. We'll catch up soon. Well, thank you so much for kicking it with us, Gerald. Gerald. Why do I do that? Jared Arnold, and I just say Gerald. So you're Gerald now, Jared. How about that? Thank you so much, Jared, one of our great channel members, dropping the $5 super chat. And good on you for helping with the math homework. I would be terrible at that. I struggled with math until I was like 19 years old. Ashton gives it a 5 out of 10. Michelle said it started out okay. Eli says 5 is fair. Watch us find out Jason's middle name is Adam. Fuck, dude. Or the boyfriend's name is Adam. Like, let's check the IMDb here at some point. Give it a 4 out of 5, says Gene. But you didn't like the ending, but still got a 4 out of 5. Okay. 4 out of 10 for Michelle. The woman that got stabbed in the car was dressed like Brenda in the original. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. There's definitely like a kind of 80s feel, but I guess some of that look is like, is also modern in a way, like those pastel kind of colors on the plaid shirts. Don't put spoilers in for me. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, Chester. We're talking about everything. So I'm sorry. I've already spoiled stuff. So we're going to keep on talking. Thank you so much for the support, Jared. Bill says some good kills, and I really enjoyed the music. Other than that, I didn't get it. I'm right there with you. We're right on the same page. I think a lot of us are on the same page. Good music. The on-screen kills, the practical effects were done well. They're a little off-brand for Jason, but they were done really well. They are a little bit more of that Terrifier. Even if you guys saw I believe it was a Red Band trailer for, I don't know if it was a Red Band trailer, the teaser for Silent Night, Deadly Night. It looks like that same director, but it also looks like very similar kind of effects. Oh my goodness, Ryan Underwood dropping in with a $13 super chat for Friday the 13th, or Wednesday the 13th as it is today. Says, can't hang, just here to spread some love, brother Deathray. Got a hot date with a tattooed brunette. All right. Heck yeah, Ryan. Well, best of luck on the date. And my rule on first dates is if you at least don't get a smooch on the first date, no second date. You got to at least, if there's no smooch, if there's no physical chemistry. So that's my only advice. Not that you need it, Ryan. But yeah, that's what I would say is no smooching on the first date. Ain't happening again. Get out of here. The bodies look like mannequins. Yeah. I think the chopping of the face of the cheating boyfriend's face on the ground, that looked good. But yeah, when the bodies were just laying there, there was something a little like kind of fuzzy or just not. Yeah, the chopped up body parts could have looked better. Daz gives it a 5. Best thing I can say is I would have preferred it to be less rushed and more development. It's too short and rushed to really have an opinion. Yeah, if you have 5 more minutes, so even if it's just 20 minutes long, but I know they wanted to do 13 because they think that matters. Is that something like the original movies adhered to? I don't think so. Yeah, it's not good. They hardly show it. Jason wouldn't hang body parts on a clothesline. That's more of a Myers thing, and that's even a bit much for him. Yeah, I mean, even like, so in the first movie, it's Pamela that puts Duder up on the door with all the arrows, being Crosby's son. So yeah, it's not really Jason's thing to, he's done stuff with bodies, but yeah, no grand display or anything like that. And yeah, it just doesn't seem at all like, what the hell happened? Like, she gets dragged into the lake and then what? Like hours go by? So that's why I thought, I was like, oh, is she gonna almost be a revenant just like him? Are we gonna find out that she's just as indestructible as he is? And maybe if they do a series of these, maybe we will find that out. And maybe, so if they do a series, here's the thing, guys. This one could look better in retrospect because we will have an actual story. If this is it, then this isn't very good. But if they're building up to something larger and we'll be able to watch them sequentially and put it all together, because it's odd that it was, you know, late afternoon when she gets dragged under by Jason. It's odd that he just doesn't like kill her right there. And then when she wakes up out of the water, it's nighttime, but she does have those dark circles. Maybe they're building up something like Camp Crystal Lake really does have this power that if you drown or die in the lake that you will be brought back for revenge, because Harold did say a whole bunch of stuff happened there to do with revenge. So I don't know. I do think for what we've got, I'm sticking with my 5 out of 10 stars. So like a 2.5 out of 5. But it could get better. If we get more and they flesh out the story and they make some more sense of it, then it could be better. I'm still not jazzed on the way Jason looks, though. Thank you for supporting the channel, Piss. I love it. Yeah, YouTube's having a really tough time displaying people's screen names and just going straight with the @ name. We got Frank Riker in the house. What's happening, Frank? How are you doing, bud? From the Slaughtered Lamb Movie Podcast. And Frank says, was missing Jason and the girl cheering to a couple of ciders at the end. I thought there was going to be something really silly like that. Hell knoweth no fury like a woman scorned. Yeah. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned for Sega, to quote the great Mallrats. Yeah, Frank, what did you think? If you had to give it a 5 out of 10 ranking, and maybe you want to share or, you know, save that for, you know, you and Darren to discuss it. But yeah, if we get more of this, it could make this part of the story seem better. Love the music. Love the moment Jason kicks down the door. Yeah, kicks through the door. Not sure about the overall look of Jason. Looks weak. Overall, it's a good direction. All right. Never Hike Alone still reigns supreme, though. There you go. I think that's kind of where I'm landing at as well. And that reminds me, guys, I'm just going to jump back into our original poll. So 34 votes. Are you excited / hopeful for the Sweet Revenge short? And we're just going to end that now. So let's see what the results are. Oh, hell yeah, 70%. I don't care much either way, 17%. No, this Jason looks trash, 11%. We want Womp Stomp, 0%. And then I'm going to start another poll just to gauge a better idea of you guys. What star ranking would you give Sweet Revenge? Okay. So let's go ahead and do a 5-er. We'll do a 4, of course. There we are. Bear with me, y'all. You guys are great. Hey, if you guys have joined the stream, but you haven't hit that like button yet, go ahead and punch in that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe as well. So there you go, guys. I just popped in another poll so you can rank it from 5, 4, 3, or 2 or lower. I would put all 5 stars on there, but YouTube limits how many we can do. There you go. Thank you so much for the reminder. And yeah, guys, we are creeping on. We got 3 out of the 10 super chats for the super chat goal. So if you guys want me to do a full-on review and breakdown, you know, let's reach that goal. And if you don't, then that's cool too. The clothesline seemed more like Silent Night, Deadly Night stuff. So I'm wondering if the remake has body part decorations. Oh, geez. God, I hope not. And again, I try not to be too precious about these things, but I do like when our slasher icons don't get like too blended and too, you know, similar to one another. I do like there to be some like kind of lines of demarcation that we stick to for the most part. I don't want Jason to be just like Michael. I like that they're different. That's why I don't want Michael's backstory explained. We've got a backstory for Jason. We have a backstory for Freddy. We don't need a backstory for Michael, Rob Zombie. These characters are better when they're different. They stand out. Like, we don't want them homogenized. I don't want every slasher to be the same. So I guess maybe I am getting a little precious about things. But I thought that, yeah, I just thought that this wasn't really a true representation of Jason. I can't wait to hear what Vincent DeSanti from Womstomp says. It is, yeah. It's the TV show thing, right? Interesting beginning, interesting end. What the hell? Felt like poor imitations of rote tropes. They had fun with the kills, though. They sure did. Interesting choice to have the kills off screen. Probably had to for YouTube. Nice touch, though. Well, yeah, I mean, they probably just... YouTube will just be harsh on the monetization no matter what. I think they just wanted to move things along, for sure. Because they show some stuff. Like, the guy getting his face cut up. Oof. YouTube's going to have fun with that one. The girl drinks the Angry Orchard and says it's fine. Scarier than that, just saying. Yeah, it's... Is that a Facci reference, that it's fine? It's hilarious. I didn't kiss my wife on the first date. 8 years later, still here. Well, more power to you. I guess at my age, I'm in my early 40s, so if there's not a connection, then there you go. Poor acting and direction. Did they have to hit a 13-minute limit? It needed another 5 minutes at least to feel like a natural actual film. Yeah. Let's see. She should have died. I feel like I'm way behind, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and creep on up, but let me know in the poll what you're gonna, you know, vote in the poll for what you give it out of 5 stars. Avery says the pitch for this had to be a Zoom call and a McDonald's drive-thru. How do we bring back Jason? Got it. Let's make it focus on an unfaithful relationship. Hang on, gotta order my Big Mac. Oh, it's great. Sake Bomb Yum says, my taste is trash. I enjoy Jason X. Well, whatever. I mean, I know a lot of people enjoy Jason X. No big deal with that. Evo Man 700, what's happening? Great to see ya. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I wish I could see your actual screen name, but YouTube is having a heck of a time. The commercial concept is cringe, of course, but for what the filmmakers made, I thought it was quite decent, says the Daily Ghost, one of our channel members and Death Squad mods. Yeah, I don't know. Let's check out the IMDb for Sweet Revenge and see, you know, what we can gather from that, shall we? Okay, let's see what we got. It was very reminiscent of Harry Manfredini, that's for sure. Well, and you know what? It really wasn't much of a commercial for the cider. Yeah, I mean, we saw the cider and we saw the apples, but it was, at least I will say, I'll give it that. Like, on that end, it's not a bunch of, like, complete commercial bullshit, you know? Brent Madison says she was a zombie for sure. I think we're going to get something like that she's just like Jason, kind of, that they've got something something similar about the two. Okay, I'm going to take a look at who did the music here. Oh wow, it doesn't even say. So it only lists Mike P. Nelson, it lists Jason Voorhees, and it lists the art department as a prop maker, sound department. Okay. It doesn't say that anyone recorded the music. So very limited information on IMDb, which to me is kind of shocking now that it's released. If I worked on this thing, I would at least want some credit. Hey, what's happening, Jeff? Awesome, man. Thank you so much for the assist. Daz says, isn't the short funded by Angry Orchard? Jason Universe wouldn't get the vid monetized either way. That I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I know they helped fund it. I would imagine that it was, I don't think they financed the entire thing. But I would imagine they helped finance quite a bit of it. I would rank it higher if it was made by fans with like $20,000. What do we think the budget was? Nothing in here about the budget. I've heard somewhere around $1 million, Tyler. The Kiki Ma 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 sounded nice. There you go. Eve takes the apple and gets wrecked. The lake is cursed somehow or some bullshit. Yes. They're not going to explain it. Maybe Pamela possessed her. I think it's just going to be something with the lake. Credits on the short say Matthew Compton and Michelangelo Rodriguez. Oh, so yeah, the actual running credits. Okay. Why don't they have this stuff on IMDb? That's... Jason Universe, get your shit together. Give people credit on IMDb. I don't know, why that's difficult. But I'm going to check and see what you guys are doing here on the poll. We got 15 votes, and it looks like 47% of you... Oh, 19 votes. 47% of you are saying 3 stars. 37% are saying 2 stars or lower. So no one has said 5 stars for this thing. So I guess I'm not surprised at that. But yeah, I'm going to be honest, guys. I thought it would be better. I really did think it would be better. Kind of sucks. Are you guys interested in, I know this might be a silly question, but I guess if Christian was able to show it and not have it taken down, would you guys be interested in watching again with me displaying it on the screen? Because if they're not going to shut down the stream, then we may be able to do that. So I'm going to check Christian's stream and just make sure. Yeah, he was able to watch the whole thing. Wow. Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to watch it again, we can do that. I guess they're not gonna cause a fuss, or if they do, I can always edit it out. But yeah, I don't want to be demonetized for putting the Jason Universe stuff on here, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Seen a few people streaming it. You should be good. Gave it a 4-star. Yeah, I think I would probably, like, out of the options that I put in there, I'd probably put a 3. I'll be nice to him about it. But yeah, I think, Tyler, I don't know if you saw that, but I think $1 million is what I heard the budget was. So, shit. Oh, man. I wanted to like it so much more, guys. I wanted us to have a lot more to talk about on the post-watch discussion, for sure. But yeah, we can go ahead and move on here. No, I'm not house sitting anymore. I've been back for a little bit over a week. And oh, I forgot to update you guys. I'm currently in day 8 of no alcohol, so everything is going well still. I just figured I would let you guys know all that stuff every time I've got a new... It's not even a milestone, but just I'll let you know if I fucked up or if I'm keeping it going. It's been a long time, so people had high expectations. Maybe that factors into it. Man, I had like, can you please just at least be like a 7 out of 10 expectations? But yeah, Manny's Manic Media says she gonna kill Jason off, then they can girl boss it. Well, I'm sure people will complain about that if that is a thing. But I guess that would be the way to explain the fact that she gets stabbed with a machete in the chest and she's fine. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. 1 million for that? Cough, money laundering, cough. And that's just what I've heard, guys. So I don't, that's, Vin had said something about that. I don't know if that's an accurate number. They aren't listing that on the IMDb along with a lot of credits as well. My expectations were in the gutter. The teaser got me feeling, okay, this might be good. This might be like a B-. I think it's more of just like a straight C. If you drink, I unsubscribe and disappear into the ether. Fair enough. Thank you so much, Michelle. Really appreciate you. If that was 1 million, sheesh. But yeah, if you guys do want to watch it again, we can pull it up. We can watch it together. Let me know in the chat. If not, that's totally cool. We can just kind of move on and get going with the rest of our late night with the Davey here, which is really not that late due to the Jason Universe folks. Gotcha. Well, yeah, and I don't know if they factor that in because the Jason Universe have had the rights for a while, so I think they would just like you know, the rights were something they dealt with in court. So I would imagine when we're talking 1 million, we just, you know, purely mean like the budget for the shoot and the advertising and everything. Well, yeah, that's for sure. But for something that's 13 minutes long, if you put $1 million into it, you should, you know, and it looked, yeah, the light, other than the lighting, there are some really dark moments there. It did have good production value for sure. Watch it again. Go for it. Okay. Well, so I don't think Angry Orchard purchased the rights. I think what Angry Orchard did is they went to the Jason Universe people. Maybe one of the people that owns or is a CEO at Angry Orchard is a big fan. And they're like, hey, we want to help you guys make something because we're such big fans of this property and we would love to collaborate with you guys. So here's what we think we could do with you. And then they laid it out and like whatever, they figured out how they were going to split the budget and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's how about it, guys? Let's just go ahead and risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit and see about watching it again. How about that? It'll be interesting to see what happens once I do this here. Okay, here we go. I don't know what happened here. Something must have happened here to where I lost the screen share. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. And we're going to do this. Does that work? Okay. All right. Let's see here. Are they not letting people watch it again? Oh my gosh. They might not let people watch it again. So I'm doing replay. Okay, there we go. I got worried for a second there, guys. Okay. You guys ready for this? Nope, you don't want to watch it? I mean, it's sugary cider. Yeah, it's fine. It's not as good as beer. That's for sure. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to pause the music. We're going to give this one another watch here. And maybe we'll feel a little bit differently about it. Maybe. I don't know about that. Okay, but here we go.
I hear it's better just like go right through.
I've been driving for like 6 months. GPS don't work out here.
Oh, damn. Are they stopping us? They might not want us to do this. Come on, Jason Universe. You guys are making this really difficult to want to root for you guys. Because I don't think I'm having any internet issues unless you guys are having a tough time seeing or hearing me. Nope, everything seems, I mean, if you guys can see the stream, then everything should be, I think they just, all right, we're going to bail on that shit. I'm sorry, guys. That's pretty disappointing. That's deflating and not fun at all. I don't like that. But whatever. You can watch it over there. Maybe you can't. I don't know if it's like a ticking time bomb of a stream or whatever the heck they're doing over there. But yeah, I don't know what's going on because my internet seems to be fine. If you guys are able to see me and hear me, then there's no reason why. But for whatever reason, the stream just wasn't working there. So I'm kind of done screwing around with that because I don't want to sit here with a bunch of dead air trying to play a mediocre short from the Jason Universe. 4.1 thousand views. That's all they got, really? Interesting. They did pass 10,000 subscribers. Okay, wait, here we go. Here we go, guys. So I think I've got it. I think I have it figured out. So, God, I don't know why this is doing this every friggin' time. Sorry. I'm trying not to be pissed off, but this is kind of irking me a little bit. There we go. Okay. Jeez, I'm crow, people. So it looks like they just uploaded it as its own thing. So I'm going to get off the premiere and just go straight to the video here. That's just got the movie and the credits here. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to pause the music and we're going to get going on watching the Sweet Revenge short film all over again. Here we go, guys.
I hear it's better just like go right through.
I've been driving for like 6 months. GPS don't work out here for service.
Why did he choose me?
Jesus, Eve. Because you're a force of nature and you didn't run away. You know, some people find the one.
It works every time.
And sometimes the one finds you.
Drive. Canada? Oh, here we go.
Thank you.
Yours. You guys got it.
Jesus, Troy.
Yes.
You turn up over there. Okay. You guys are.
Okay. Harold, everybody. All right. Dan, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Nope.
There you go. Look at that. All on your own. You got it. Okay.
Okay.
Look at this.
Nice. Oh, Eve, look at the view.
It's really cute.
Yeah. Eat, right? Harold. Apple. Fresh pick.
Sure. Thanks.
You all settled in?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. You got a beautiful spot here.
You know, the wife and I saved this spot from demolition. Property's had a bit of a troubled past, but all we saw was opportunity.
What kind of trouble?
Well, you know, the usual story. Revenge. Betrayal. Murder. Lots of murder. Anyway, you kids have fun. Oh, and you tell that fiance of yours I got the motor for the fishing boat all tuned up. Whenever he wants it.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell him. Come swim with me.
Maybe Troy and I just made plans to go fishing. No.
What?
Don't do that. You're doing the face right now. You're literally doing the face. You just see it right there.
I'll tell you what. I am going to go to the lake, and you can find me when you're ready.
Okay, I will go get my swimsuit.
Who said anything about a swimsuit?
Oh.
Show's over.
Holy shit! What the fuck? Oh my god! Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened? What the hell was that? Hey, I got you. Hey, what happened to you? What the fuck happened to the window? Hey, God, wait here.
No, where are you going?
To get some help.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Keys. Oh my god. Oh, get in. Come on, get in. Fuck. Get in, hurry. Eve. Oh. Shit. You saved me. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay, there it is, guys. So that actually kind of worked out. You know, we did the standard watch party thing. I didn't know that I'd be able to show it on the screen. I figured we would get the stream shut down if we did that. But for any of you folks that, you know, weren't able to catch the very beginning of this stream, there we go. We just checked it out another time and you're able to watch it. And there we go. We got all the credits running. So if we have any questions about who did what, we can just, you know, see it through here. I guess the title makes a little more sense to me as far as like Sweet Revenge. It really is more about Eve's revenge, I guess. So yeah, I think, you know, I see what you guys are saying in the chat, and I know some of you all have come in just recently. I'm guessing that, yeah, they're going to do more of these. And I think she's a revenant just like Jason. I think she's kind of, you know, she's like an equal match to him. Because there's no way she was in the lake, got dragged down by him and didn't get killed, or was in there for God knows how long, an hour or two, at least a couple hours for it to get that dark, right? And then comes out and is totally fine. So I think there is something to, you know, the reason why she gets stabbed with the machete and it's not a big deal is because she's kind of like Jason. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more and see that that's the direction they're going to go in. But I do think the best parts of this short film are the music and the gore effects. So yeah. Yeah, the water in the lake turns you into a monster, kind of like a Gremlin's way. Or there's just some sort of like curse, you know? Sort of like what Crazy Ralph says, you know, it's got a death curse. You know, that sort of thing. So maybe if you die in the lake, you come back because of the lake. Could be something like that. I'm just making sure there's not any little added thing. Okay, there we go. So there's nothing else going on there. And let's see what you guys are saying. I'm going to switch back on over to this banner here, just in case you guys have something to say. I got something to say. The lack of emotion or feeling after she pulls the machete out has to signify a transition. Yeah, I think there's something going on. Still not pumped on the end. Cody Snyder, what's happening, Cody? One of our great channel members in Death Squad mods says, alrighty then. Yeah, clearly there's going to be more. And if there's not a follow-up to this, then yeah, this totally sucks. I'm guessing she died in the lake and came back as something similar to Jason. Yeah. Yep. Looky says, dumb. Yeah, okay, so maybe I've warmed up to it slightly now that I'm thinking that she is a revenant like Jason. So I'll say instead of 2.5 out of 5 stars, maybe I would give it a 3. I think I said that earlier too about the, about the poll that we have. So we do have a poll, guys. So 24 votes. Looks like 46% of you guys would give it 3 stars. 29% would say 2 stars or lower. 17% would say 4 stars, and 8% would say that this is a 5-star short film. All right. We got Jamie Hart in the chat, our original Death Squad mod, the Mama mod, and a channel member. She says, I like the callback outfits to Annie and Brenda. Okay, special effects. Otherwise, meh. Yeah. What the fans didn't know they needed. We needed to give Jason a female companion. The couple that slays together stays together. Chud is not into it. Chad's not digging it at all. What the fuck was that? They should have started dancing and gone into a musical scene. Yeah, they could have done like a Dirty Dancing kind of thing. Don't they do something in a lake or a pond in Dirty Dancing? Something like that. Since they're practical, I'll give that aspect an A+. No CGI equals win. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's not CG. Yeah. Eve and the apple, so a loss of innocence. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I was saying on the first watch. On the first time we watched through it, I was like, oh my gosh, she's named Eve because of the Garden of Eden and the apple. Hell yeah, Brad. Actually home tonight, which is nice. I can chat more. Awesome. Any bets on who's using the Necronomicon? Yeah, are we gonna bring in Jason Universe version of Ash Williams? That would be ridiculous. The lake is like a pet cemetery for campers. There you go. At the end, they should have walked up to each other and Jason hands her a bottle of Angry Orchard. I thought they were going to do something like really funny like that. Not that I would have loved that, but at least it would have... if you're only going to do one of these, that would have been the way to end it. But I'm guessing that, yeah, we're going to see more of these guys. That would be my inclination for sure. So, yeah, guys, I mean, we've kind of talked it to death a little bit. There we go. We've got our Sweet Revenge reaction, and we got 25 votes. So I'm just going to end that poll right now, and we'll see those results drop on into the chat. So yeah, 3 stars wins with 43%. 2 stars comes in with 31%. 2 stars or lower. 4 stars with 15%, and 5 stars with 7% on the poll there. So there we are. There we are. Interesting. I'm still sort of wrapping my head around the whole thing. So if it seems like I'm in a daze, it's the first time I've seen something new and official, from Friday the 13th. So I'm just still sort of processing it. But yeah, guys, real quick, what I want to do here is I want to let you know about a couple of things that are going on here. So let me bring this on up and go over here. Guys, we have got... So the folks over at Creator VC who put together the In Search of Darkness documentary series are putting together a brand new documentary. It's going to be 4 hours plus, and it is called Slasher Trash. It is about the trashiest, grimiest, and grittiest slashers from the late 70s and 80s. And there's an opportunity here to order your copy now. You can go digital, which I believe is about $48, and you get a credit there on the film itself. You also get a digital copy of the soundtrack. Or you can order a physical copy, and there's a whole bunch of different packages here. But I want to bring it up to you guys again because I've been fortunate enough to be asked to be an affiliate for this documentary that they're putting together. And if you want to support the filmmakers over there at Creator VC, and you also want to support the channel, you can click that here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it in the chat. So there's that slashertrashdoc.com that's pinned in the chat right now. And if you want to purchase a copy, it will help out the folks making the movie. It'll help out the channel as well. And we're getting down to the wire, guys. Just 1 day and a little less than 8 hours left. So midnight on the 14th is, so technically right before we turn into the 15th. You know, that is the last time that you can get in on the ground level here. And the documentary will release next fall. So I just wanted to bring that up and mention that to you guys. And then I wanted to share with you guys something that I shared, you know, last night on the show. I have been nominated. The folks over at Voices from the Mausoleum have an award show called the Sacred Crypt Awards, and your boy Davey Deathray has been nominated for Best Live Streamer. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. If you have a Google account, you can vote for me over there. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make this very easy. Oh, I can't do that. Anyways, I wish I could post it in the chat. I can't. It's way too long of a link. But guys, it is listed in the description below. So if you're watching live or if you're watching after the fact, you can jump on in and show your support. And that's something that if we're fortunate enough to win that one, I'm gonna count that as a win for every single one of us, because you guys are such a big part. I mean, you guys are my better half right now. That's the way of my life. Is it's all about hanging out with you guys and kicking it with family and squeezing in some work and all that kind of stuff. So the voting is open over there, and I encourage you to check that out and get that going. And then other than that, I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to go back over here and we can go ahead and get rolling with a little Sleepaway Camp action. Now, before we jump in on Sleepaway Camp, God, I wish it were my birthday. It's not my birthday, but I wish it were May 18th. So you can get me, it's only been a few months. Don't trick me like that. No. But you can make it feel like it's my birthday by liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, voting for Davey Deathray for Best Live Streamer, ordering a copy of Slasher Trash Documentary, any of those things. And then also we have that super chat goal that is listed there on the stream as well. So again, super chats aren't required, guys. I like doing the goals. It's just kind of a fun way to make things a little more interactive. And then if you guys really do want that full breakdown of the Sweet Revenge 13-minute fan or short film vignette, and you want me to really break it down and give you a full review, then if we reach that super chat goal, I'll go ahead and do that. But that's, you know, that's what you can, you know, for my birthday, retroactively, there you go. There you go, The Asylum Beyond the Dead. Boom. There it is. Okay. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate you. Jamie, I saw that you had voted for me as well. Thank you so much. We got our guy, Matt Facci, in the house. Let me see if I can, boom. Davey is a sexy beast, says Matt. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate you, Matt. Guys, if you're not subscribed over to Facci Cinema, he's one of our great channel moderators and, you know, a really awesome friend that I've made through YouTube. And it's been a really busy summer for both of us. Personal life and YouTube life and everything. But guys, we will be working together again very, very soon. So keep an eye out. I think it's coming up, what, this Tuesday? Next Tuesday? Yeah, I think so. So keep an eye out, guys, because Facci and I will be working together again very soon. The Jurassic Squad YT says, not gonna lie, I genuinely enjoyed it. It's still just a short film to start off everything. I think it was a genuinely amazing start. Yeah, I don't think it's bad by any means. There's, you know, there are standout aspects of it. Again, I don't think it's a complete story. So by itself, I don't think it stands very strong. However, if they put together some more pieces that sort of round out the story, and, you know, maybe at the end of it all, guys, if we get like 3 13-minute long shorts, then we're looking at about, you know, 40 minutes or something like that. So I think that would be, you know, a good like fan film length, like short film kind of thing. So could be good. Let's see what else we got going on. And yeah, sorry guys, I sort of got sidetracked there. If Davey wins best live streamer, Angry Orchards for everyone. No, but I do want to say, and this is gonna come back and bite me in the ass. I know this, Dean. If the channel reaches 2,000 subscribers before Halloween, I will dress up as the alpha from 28 years later and do a live stream. There we go. That's what I'll tell you guys. It ain't gonna happen. That's why I can so confidently say that that I'll do that. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get into Sleepaway Camp. We're gonna kind of make the shift over there. This is a movie that I've heard about for so much of my life. You know, it's oh, sorry about that. I'm just bumping into the desk. It is a bona fide classic. It is a camp slasher classic as well. Came out in 1983, so the slasher boom was well on its way. And this movie is infamous for multiple reasons. I would imagine most of you guys over there in the chat have seen Sleepaway Camp, and you know exactly why it's controversial and all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm curious to know, if you're watching live, if you're watching after the fact, let me know in the comments. I'm just curious to know what you guys think about Sleepaway Camp, if you do genuinely enjoy the movie, or if it's one of those things that's just sort of like a slice of slasher history that you enjoy it for what it is. I'm very curious to kind of get your guys' temperature on that. Tyler says half the practical effects in Sweet Revenge looked fake and all the CG and VFX went unnoticed, but one craft gets shat on. Yeah, it is tough to tell, especially when it comes to the lighting, because you know, they could be using digital effects and be obscuring it through the lighting for sure. Jamie Hart says, I love Sleepaway Camp. Daily Ghost says it's fun. Dean says, oh my lord, I love this flick so much. Never seen the movie, and Craven is live tonight. So are you saying you're leaving me, Paula? Are you leaving us? Is that what you're saying? I mean, if you're going to leave, don't tell me. Don't hurt my feelings like that. I'm just joking. You're free to leave. Everybody is free to leave whenever they want. I would have loved a crazy underwater scene of her transitioning into a revenant. Big opportunity. Maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get a little like flashback to what happened in another in a subsequent commercial. I'm not sure. Michelle says, I live 15 minutes away from that lake. I even went swimming there. The Sleepaway Camp Lake in New York, or the Camp Crystal Lake outside of Blairstown, New Jersey? Oh man, it pushes them, it crosses them, it pisses all over them, and it throws a bee's hive on them as well. The ant is so over the top, like soap opera acting. Again, guys, if you just are jumping in, I watched Sleepaway Camp for the very first time early this afternoon. So I just got my Sleepaway Camp cherry popped, and at an age that is way too old for the cook. I'll say that. Avery says, I think I've read there's stuff from the VHS of Sleepaway Camp cut on the original DVD release. The Blu-ray must be the original print. I don't own it yet. All right. Oh, there you go. Movie on the phone, Craven, or movie on pause, Craven on the phone. Well, I appreciate you. Ah, the lake in New York. Yes. What is it, like Glenn's Ford or something, like Ford Glen or something like that? Okay, guys, are you pumped? Are you ready? Is everybody who's going to watch Sleepaway Camp along with me? Let me know, and I'm going to do that. That changes our nice little banner. Yes, the film is available to stream on Peacock, Amazon, Tubi, and more. So there's like Pluto TV, Plex, Roku. I would imagine you get commercials with all of those, but I've got it pulled up here on Amazon, or as I like to call it, Glamazon. Here we go. Oh, shoot. I just accidentally closed the window on it. Fudge, and I had it all like done with the, because I don't pay to not have the commercials, guys. I'm cheap like that. Oh, there we go. It's gonna make me watch a bunch of commercials now. Gosh dang it. I had it like all pulled up and ready to go. Oh, maybe it won't. I'm gonna click resume. Maybe it won't. Will I get lucky? We'll see. Nope. They're going to make me watch a minute of commercials. All right, so let's talk amongst ourselves for 47 more seconds. Let's see here. What do you guys got? I love the aunt. She was so over the top. It was hilarious. Yeah, she keeps on saying, oh, now what did I do with that? Like, she keeps on doing that kind of thing in the movie. It's hilarious. I mean, she's only in the movie for a couple scenes, but it's very... There's something about it that's so, like, her performance is like a soap opera performance, but also, and I get it, like, I feel like those scenes with her, and there's another scene in the movie, too, with, like, the rotating bed, and when they're watching the dad in bed with his guy, very dreamy kind of quality to some of the ways that the scenes are shot here. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna do a couple things here. I am going to do that, and we are gonna go on over here and share that tab. There we go. Boom. Okay. And I'm gonna get this at 5 seconds. And then what I'll do, guys, is I will start the movie, and then I'll restart the timer when we get to 5 seconds on the movie. So there we go. I'm pausing that. And here we are, guys. We are ready to start Sleepaway Camp. If you're watching along, we are going, I'll count down and just push play when I say play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And Dean, I will let you know when we're at the card for the actual title card. American Eagle. We make films and clothes. There we go. Title card, Dean. What do you guys think of the music here? Tell me, chat. Starring Mike Killing Me Softly. Catherine Camille. Paul D'Angelo Jeremetrius Vickers. Melissa Rose. I've seen her at so many conventions. I've heard she's so nice and so sweet. I've never talked to her because I just saw Sleepaway Camp for the first time today. So I would have been a total phony fraud if I walked up to her and was like, I think you're so great. Robert Earl Jones, of course, brother of James Earl Jones. Susan Glazed Donut. This is interesting here, this like hill. What is up with that? It just seems like at a camp you would want some flat ground there where you got your cabins. I don't know. Thanks for kicking it with us, Gene. Appreciate you kicking it with us as well, Chester. Have a great rest of your night. Oh, nice. So that's the way around it, is just to watch it on Brave, because I do have the Brave browser, but sometimes I use Internet Explorer when I'm streaming. It just depends. If I'm sharing the news, I use Brave. What's happening, Maxwell? So good to see you. Dean loves the simple string score. And it seems like, again, this is just my second time watching it. This is like the aftermath of everything. This is like the next day after everything happens, or is this supposed to be before everyone's there? Because there is that sign there on the sign that says like sheriff, whatever, something, something, like it's been closed off. So it seems like this is the aftermath, the day after. Yeah. Yes, for sale. There we go. So that seals it. Camp Arawak. Yeah, well, hey, here's the cool thing is the next time I've heard she is just the sweetest, awesome, like most awesome person. I will say what's up and maybe get a picture with her. There you go. Confirmed by Cody Snyder. Very hilly. Yeah. I suppose, I mean, even right there on the lake, that seems to be right where the camp is, right? I think the kids say something about that. Yeah, Brave is great. It's a little trickier when you stream, when you're plugging in microphones and cameras. It's just a little trickier, but I do really dig it. Can we go to the camp one summer? Getting Jaws 2 vibes over here. I love the acting here is so like, I would say a lot of the acting in this movie is like a little hammed up, and there's something, I think that's like part of the movie's charm. These friggin' kids. It's all their fault, really. You little schemers. Yeah, it was Glen Falls, New York. So here, I'll read them off here, Jamie. Glen Falls, Fort Edward, Argyle, Lake Luzerne, and it just says New York, USA. So there you go. These kids are like, I don't know. I like with the little kids that it doesn't seem like they're really actors. It seems very natural. This is Argyle. Avery's got he's got the lockdown on where's where. Have you guys been to these places before? Turn that wheel. Oh, gee, and then you just push the accelerator. You guys. I did notice when I watched this, there are like a lot of shots that sort of linger. Like, this actress is really pouring her heart out here. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I've never been out there. In New York, I've only been to the city. That's the only place I've been in New York. Way too cool, Avery. Yeah, so you're just right there. 8 years later. Is that the Uncle Buck house? This so over the top. Like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be bad. Is she acting poorly on purpose? Or is it really? I mean, really, the aunt here, I think, is the true villain of the piece for sure. She's the one with the real problems. And then, of course, plenty of kids at the camp are villainous as well. That outfit too. Anybody ever cosplayed in this outfit? No, I'm afraid that wouldn't do. I'm just going to start doing that now in real life. I'm going to be like, hey, how's it going, so-and-so? Gosh, I hope you're doing well. So anyways, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Oscar level performance. Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I've been for me, it's just a little too big, but I grew up in a 30,000 person town. So what the heck can you do? But I have fun in like Chicago. Phoenix is fun too. I think 8 million people is a bit too much for me. Dean says, yeah, I think I remember them saying they told her to act kind of over the top, but put her own spin on it. Yeah, it's very soap opera. Why, I'm almost sure of it. Yeah. Said by a woman who's a couple nuggets short of a Happy Meal. So you did the physicals and forged them. Wow. Who's your guys' favorite character in this movie? Let me know in the chat. Oh, and I have some fun little trivia here. So, yeah, released in 83. We know that budget was just $350,000. And this movie made 11 million. So, pretty big success there. Yeah, I'm curious to know what your guys' favorite character is. And how about, do you have a favorite kill? You guys have a favorite kill here? This is the most like madhouse arrival at camp scene. They literally are, they're running like the weapons and weapons pretty much here. This guy's shorts and his friggin' like, he's got like Hooters legs. And then you got Old Man Mel, who, by the way, is total creep. And Old Man Mel reminds me of the guy from UHF that's like, change, you got change. We got creep number 2 of the movie here. Artie, the assistant cook. This guy is filthy. And they just laugh it off. They're just like, oh, that's our Artie. Like, you know, what can we do? Like, he's got to have a job. I mean, it would be mean to say that he couldn't hang out with children anymore just because he's a total creep. Ricky is Dean's favorite character. Same with Jamie. Eat Shit and Live is one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Yeah. He puts in a good performance too. Ronnie, he's a good dude. Which one's Ronnie? Is Ronnie one of the older guys that's like actually nice? Talk about a Stepford wife. You're talking about the aunt. Yeah. Oh, and I said it was his brother in the credits. I didn't even know. Interesting that it's Earl Jones. Okay, Robert Earl Jones is James Earl Jones' dad. Okay. And I thought I was making a joke, but I was just a little bit off the bullseye on the dartboard there. The movie's theme song, which also plays during the social, sounds like it could be sang from Paul's perspective, but then it would almost imply he knows Angela's secret, but he obviously doesn't. Yeah. I was sad to see what happened to Paul happen to Paul. I thought he would be shown some mercy. But nope. The buff counselor. He is a good character. He's one of the good ones. Yeah. Yeah, he's actually a good guy. They had to make a couple of the adults nice people in this movie. Judy, like I will say the way she performs this, like her friggin' like her like sultry swagger, like she thinks she's just the shit. And that cracks me up about Judy. The friggin' hair, there's just too much of it. And don't get me wrong, I usually like wild woman hair. This is like a crazy amount of hair that Judy's got. The name is Meg. I think Meg's pretty cute. Yeah. I dig Meg. I mean, she's not a nice character, but I think she's pretty damn cute here. Ricky is kind of annoying, says Paula. Well, have you seen this before, Paula? As the movie goes on, he really is. I mean, he's a good guy. He does look out for his cousin. To hell with Judy. Yeah, she is a fucking bitch. But we need these characters in slasher movies. I think it's one of those things that it's like kind of fun to celebrate the bitchy characters. And she really revels. The performer, the actress, really revels in it. You know, she loves what she's getting into there. Paul did a stupid thing, but he was just a kid. Yeah. I mean, weird commercial break, fade out and fade in there. Yeah, I mean, Judy pretty much coerces him, right? And all they did was smooch. I don't know. We're talking about like 13-year-olds here, right? 14-year-olds maybe. Yeah. This is the one with the bee kill. Did you do that on purpose, Jay? No, you didn't. I love that you corrected yourself, but I like that it could have been a nice little, it's bee so long. It's been so long. This is the one with the bee kill. Yeah. Yeah, she is. And I'll tell you this. We see her in a bathing suit later on. She really didn't develop that much. I mean, you know, it's not like she's like crazy stacked or anything. So I don't know why she thinks she's hot shit. But they got plenty of East Coast attitude in this movie for sure. All right. So Jamie's favorite is the bee kill. Has anybody else put in their favorite kill? You guys told me what your favorite character was. What's your guys' favorite kill in this movie? The bee kill, man, I will say the practical effects I think are very good in Sleepaway Camp. I was pretty impressed. This guy's just what, drinking high life? And he's interested in like any of these kids. It just doesn't even, it's just all the kids. Oh, it's so gross. Don't worry, he won't be around for long, guys. We got Brooke Scarlett in the chat. What's happening, Brooke? So you and Dean, you guys love that eat shit and live, Bill. It is a great comeback. Hope you're doing well, Brooke. Thank you so much for joining us, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. And if you want to watch along there, Brooke, I've got the timer going there in the just right next to me. Let me see here. Can I do this and then this? Nope, that doesn't make it any better. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Hopefully you guys can see the timestamp well enough there. Just let me know and I can make it bigger if you can't. Ugh, this movie, like Dean said earlier, this movie pushes boundaries. Yeah, this is wild. Thank goodness it stops there before it gets any crazier. And I was worried that this character was going to be hanging around too long. Gory Tiger says, it's been a long time since I've watched this. Yeah, me too. It's been about, gosh, I finished it at about 3:30 and it's 6:40 right now. Change. You got any change? Jamie, I saw Pieces. I did see Pieces. I watched it last week. I didn't even tell you guys that I watched Pieces, but I watched it on Shudder. So, what was it? I watched 2 movies. Oh, I watched the 2 urban legend movies because I was like, I kind of had a hankering because Pat That Halloween Movie Collector did a watch party of the first one, and I wasn't able to watch along. So I put those on Shudder, just like background. I've seen them before. And then later on that night, I was able to actually like settle in and watch a movie. And so I checked out Pieces. Pieces had a very kind of Italian giallo sort of feel. Very sexual slasher. I was very surprised at how much that movie went for it. It was brutal. Pieces is absolutely brutal. And then the next one that I've got to see is Curtains. I've never seen Curtains. That's another kind of, I think, early 80s sort of trashy slasher for sure. Yeah. And that's the thing too, Dean, is I don't really know what happens here that puts this guy in an odd spot. You think he could just jump backwards once he gets like pushed forward, he could just sort of jump down. Not very believable what happens here, but I'll let it slide since it's a cheesy camp slasher from 1983. I feel bad for the guy who did the scene at the end. They said he was crying and they shaved him and they had to get him drunk to do the scene. Oh, geez. Why didn't they just use a prosthetic? I just don't understand why he doesn't, like, he's got his feet. He's okay, right? You just like push yourself off and just land, you know, land off to the side or in front of the pot. I really don't understand what the conundrum is here for the character. Ashton, Pieces is a movie about a slasher that's, you know, killing these victims, these female victims on a college campus because he's stitching together a full human body. And the impetus for everything is at the very beginning, you see this young boy that's putting together like a nudie puzzle and his mom freaks out on him and he kills his mom. That's like the first 30 seconds of the movie. And then we fast forward years later and we're trying to figure out which one of the adults is the kid that's grown up. Very giallo, very trashy, tons of nudity, all that kind of stuff. Brad loves it. I was lukewarm on it, but again, it's one of these things. It's kind of like with Sleepaway Camp. Like if I watched Pieces when I was in high school, or if I watched Sleepaway Camp when I was in high school, I would probably have like a lot more affection. Like, you know, like Slumber Party Massacre isn't great, you know, technically speaking, but I love it. And I watched it for the first time when I was like 14. So that probably helps. The overacting in Pieces is sublime. Yeah, well, and there's dubbing too. It's a Spanish-made movie, directed by the same guy that did a movie that was made fun of on Mystery Science Theater. If you guys are familiar with the episode Pod People from season 3 of Mystery Science Theater 3000, same director that did Pieces, and the guy that plays, you know, the curly-haired college student that's sort of like the ladies' man. I can't remember his character's name. But he is in Pod People as well. Curtains is fun for sure. We got beer, blood, body slams, horror in the house. What's happening? Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if this is your first time in the chat because YouTube won't let me read your actual screen name. They're having some issues, but welcome on in. You're kicking it with the Death Squad, and we are watching Sleepaway Camp. We got our nice little timer right there to let you know where we are in the movie. And guys, I guess this is a good time to say that if you're just joining us now, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. It's too much, Avery. It's too much, the screaming. Yes. Yeah, the kitchen is gross. The flypaper is wretched right there. Time to replace it, guys. I think it's time to replace it. Maybe get some screen doors on the kitchen. It was a different time. It was a different time with the dirty kitchen and allowing predators to work at a children's camp. You know, it was like the good old days for creeps, weirdos, and terrible hygiene and, you know, unclean standards. Yeah, it's on Shudder if you have Shudder, Ashton. It is gnarly, yeah. Mel he's like cover-up status right fucking away. Like you'd imagine when Mel isn't running the camp, he's running campaigns, right? So he's like, we're just going to sweep this under the rug, right? Well, the fact that he got like cooked, and I guess Artie does he die? You know, we never get confirmation that Artie died. But I guess he'll probably, you know, he'll at least be in a hospital for a while. Don't let him anywhere near the children's ward, please. Keep him away, you know. No pediatric ward for Artie. Keep him on the furthest wing of the hospital, away from all that. Here's a classic trick, right? How many people learned this from this movie? Or was this, or is the movie just imitating life? I don't know. I'm sure it is, but I would be curious to know how many people then got the idea. That guy's crop top is aggressively cropped. I mean, he's almost showing nips. So he's getting very near like Kelly LeBrock status from Weird Science. Yeah. What's happening, Blu-ray? So great to see ya. Artie just gets burnt and sent off. Basically, you got a harsh warning with permanent scars. I do like the practical effects, I will say. The iconic shot, like his arms up, I forgot to say that during that moment. I think that is a really cool kind of beautifully composed shot here for this film, especially for how low budget it is. But the blisters like growing on his face, I really liked that effect for sure. Yeah, the New York accents. Yeah, they're great. All the East Coast stuff. So, okay, so Jamie said the bee kill is her favorite. I don't think I've seen anyone else give me their favorite kill here for Sleepaway Camp. So, let me know. Let me know, or else. I'm kidding. I've got no or else to give you. Those shorts, man. There it is. Eat shit and live. A box that, wow, that is a ancient handheld boxing game. So they give Mozart so much shit. He's like actually capable. Why are they such an asshole to this kid? You guys are amazing. 36 likes on the live stream. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. I do want to remind you guys in the link in the description below, if you want to vote for Davey Deathray as the best live streamer, there is a link down there to vote for me in the, I want to get the name of the awards right, the Sacred Crypt Awards. There's a link down there if you have a Google account. Just got to shill my shit. Can't remember the kills that much. The three films blend together. Gotcha. I've never seen the sequels, but maybe I should. That is a great line, Dean. This guy blows dead dogs. Oh, that's a good one. Blu-ray's favorite character is Ricky. See, Paula, you're starting to come around on Ricky. The more time you spend watching the movie, you're gonna like his character more. He's one of the only genuinely nice people in this movie. Angela with this like catatonic, just stare forward, eating the candy bar. Although I guess like once you know, you sort of figure it out. I mean, the friggin' aunt really put that kid through something, I tell you what. I'm gonna see if the sequel's streaming anywhere. Okay, on Tubi, Pluto. Okay. Maybe I'll have to check it out on the Brave browser, so no ads. Thank you so much, Gory. Really appreciate you, bud. Dre66 Rock says, I liked it. I just wish it would have had a bigger Jason. Yeah, Jason could have been bigger in the Sweet Revenge short. We also could have seen him a little bit more and some better lighting so we could really get a better look at him. But I'd imagine that we're gonna see more from Angry Orchard and Jason Universe. Daz coming through with the being vulnerable here says, I'll admit I find the ant pretty attractive. Something about that over-the-topness does it for me. Well, yeah, maybe she would be a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble for saying this. I do think that there's something interesting about the ant because I think that she looks a little androgynous. I think there's something about the ant that looks a little Dylan Mulvaney-ish, which is interesting when you think about like the twist at the end of the movie here and what she puts Angela through ultimately. I can't remember Angela's name before Angela. I know they reveal that at the end, but I've only seen the movie once. But I thought there was something, to me it sort of made sense. I was like, oh, I can sort of piece this together, that what's going on here with it, that it's more the ants issues that are causing Angela all the problems. And then of course the bullying at the camp doesn't help. Saw the sequel in the theater. There you go. Did the third one ever go to the theater or not? And Jamie, is the sequel better than this one? Like, what, guys, if you've seen, there's 3 Sleepaway Camp movies, right? Just 3. If you've seen them, which one is the best one in the series or the most like fun or memorable in the series? Dean's got the Blu-ray trilogy with slips. The 4Ks for 2 and 3. All right. With posters, the vinyl of 1 and 2 and both books. Wow. Dean. I gotta go visit Dean and peruse his collectibles. Sequels are okay. Stay away from the 4th movie. Okay. I didn't even know there was a 4th one. I was like, there could be. Not very well versed. And we got bitchy Judy is just like, I have 2 boys and she has 1. Why don't I have all 3? Just see you next Tuesday. I don't want to say it. I don't want to, piss off YouTube or anything like that. This has one of the worst fake mustaches in cinematic history, but it's so great. Are you talking about the cop? Is that, yeah, that's a pretty rough one. Yeah. Good night. These guys doing the silent talking? Or are they just chewing? What is going on with those guys hanging out with Judy? It was just hilarious. I'm like, are they fake talking or chewing gum? Really odd. This is just odd. They put a mustache over his real mustache. It's like the opposite of the Henry Cavill in Justice League. I guess you never know with that too, huh? Yeah, the ant really, she is the evil one in the movie. I mean, there's plenty of dickheads in this movie, but she is the worst. I'm sorry to hear that, Paula. Well, we're having a great time hanging with you. Thank you so much for kicking it with us as well. And we got this guy, this blonde guy is the most like stereotypical stoner. I've enjoyed cannabis for a lot of years in my life. I've never been like this, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone be like this, although I'm sure they exist. People that just can't stop laughing. The first is the better movie, but 2 or 3 is most fun to me. Isn't there technically 5? Are there 5 Sleepaway Camp movies? What the hell going on here? How many Sleepaway Camp movies are there? Tell me. 1, 2, 3. There's a Return to Sleepaway Camp and then Sleepaway Camp 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, Return, Sleepaway Camp 4. Holy crap, there are 5 of these movies. That is wild. I thought there were like 3 tops. Cody recommends 1 and 2. Okay. Holy cow, we got Pumpkin King in the chat. One of our great channel members. Relatively new member to the crew here. Welcome on in, Pumpkin King. Says, like and subscribe. I'm late to this on account of watching the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth. Oh my gosh. I've got to catch up on Alien Earth because one of you lovely people in the community did actually reach out and share your Hulu login information after I was talking about that last night. So thank you so much. I will be able to, I guess, check out some Disney Plus stuff, some stuff that's on there. And of course, Alien Earth, which to me looks really good. What did you think of the first 2 episodes? No spoilers, of course, save me from the spoilers. But what did you think of those, Pumpkin King? And thank you so much for the $19.99, man. Really, really do appreciate you. I'll give you a little song. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. There we go. Really appreciate you, Pumpkin King. I'm hoping Alien Earth is awesome. I really want to like it, and I hope it lives up to how good the previews make it look. Jamie says, I wouldn't say the sequel is better, but it's just as much fun. So well worth watching. Okay. And the sequel is the one with Bruce Springsteen's sister. Is that right? I know I could just look this stuff up, and I'm just like browbeating you guys for information. 4th unfinished film where Felissa came back. Okay. 2 is okay, 3 is Men, the 4th one's an abomination. Charlie and Emilio's sister Renee is in Sleepaway Camp 2. Oh, interesting. Did she act in much else? I don't think I've ever really heard of her. I do. Oh, another commercial break. Bye, Menon. This right here, there's this moment if you're watching along where he falls, like, I'm like, is that on purpose or is that just a great moment that they happen to capture during the performance there? I don't know. Hell yeah, Pumpkin King coming through big time. Started watching Alien Earth, the first episode last night. I've been waiting for this since it was announced. And the one where, see, another great, like, I can't imagine that's a real person letting the snake come out of their mouth like that. Like, maybe? But if that's a dummy, that's a really good practical effect. Like, and either way, the way it's dressed up is very, very good looking. And then, of course, we're going to get Mel here. Here we are, guys. The mustache. Is it fake? Is it real? Let me know in the chat. We've already been told that it's the worst fake mustache in cinema history. I think it's real. I think that mustache is real. Unless you guys are talking about a totally different mustache. I don't know. But I think this one is real. It's just very bushy and big. It's classic 1983. The 70s are still carrying over. Mel is in full-on cover-up mode. Mel looks like an angry ape, doesn't he? So Felissa dresses as a man throughout in the 4th one. Okay. The one that's the abomination. Pumpkin King, bro, you're the goat. The mustache thing is so unnecessary. It wouldn't have been a stretch that he shaved, but I guess they wanted him to keep it. So is it fake or not? It looks real to me. What did you think? I personally dug it, and I felt great to have Jason back in any way. I would say I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 stars for what it is. They're aging gracefully 80s. Welcome on into the chat. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. By itself, if this is all we get and it's a standalone, then I'm pretty disappointed. If it leads to subsequent shorts and vignettes that tell more of a complete story, then I think in retrospect, this one could look better. That's what I would say. Some of the lighting I didn't really like, but I really enjoyed the music and the gore effects for the most part. Bill says, honestly, I'm only a fan of the first Sleepaway Camp movie, which I'm a big fan of. There you go, Bill. Bill is loving the original Sleepaway Camp. It seems like the other ones get a little more tongue-in-cheek, kind of self-aware about it. Ooh, Alien Earth, fantastic. Okay. I am going to have to check that out then. Oh, Judy is just, I want to say the C word so bad. I think that YouTube will not like it if I say the word, but I love the word and I want to say it so bad. But Judy is such a, yeah, that's as close as I'll come to saying that here. But if you guys ever meet me in person and you want me to say the C word or we start talking about Judy, yeah, I'll definitely say the C word in real life because I think it's lovely when used correctly. Forgot about all the teenage boy ass in this. Yeah, there's a little bit. Dean, get used to it. No, Dean, don't get used to it. Blu-ray Addict says Sleepaway Camp 4, The Survivor is a lost movie. It only consists of 34 minutes of new footage, and the rest of the runtime is footage from the previous 3 movies. Okay, so it's not really a movie. It's just like, isn't that like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is like that, where half of the movie is clipped footage from the first movie? Yeah. Alien Earth was good. All right. Dean's on the hunt for Sleepaway Camp 4. If anyone knows where to get it. Heck yeah, man. That's good to hear. I feel like Alien is one of those things. I really love the first movie and I really love the second movie. And I actually, even though it has its flaws, I really enjoy Prometheus for what it is. I like the slow burn world building, sort of like building that religion of, you know, of just that whole alien world. But I don't really, Romulus was like fine. It just wasn't anything that really pushed the needle for me too much. So that's encouraging to hear about Alien Earth. Half shirts and short shorts. Oh my God, the 80s. It's true. Okay, Bruce Springsteen's sisters in 2 and 3. All right. Renee Estevez was in Heathers. Okay. It's been so long since I've seen Heathers. My sisters were obsessed with that movie back in the day. I actually have a sister named Heather, and both of them loved that movie. I know it's not as easy as I want it to be. I've been so incredibly busy just trying to do this thing and make this dream work with the channel. And you know, and then just working, you know, with my brother's schedule. He's been going to bed earlier lately because he's been working for a company on the East Coast. So he's been having to get up for work a lot earlier than usual. Holy cow, we got Sean McManus, 386 in the house. What's happening, Sean? So good to see you joining us here. Welcome on in. You are kicking it with the Death Squad. And guys, for any of you that are jumping on in, holy cow, we went, guys, at one point we like dipped down to maybe like 18 people watching. We're back to about 30 people. Yeah, guys, we are watching Sleepaway Camp, the original. It's on Peacock, Amazon, Tubi, Plex. Did I say Pluto already? Roku. And we got the little stopwatch going there so you can jump on in with us. And yeah, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a dummy, right? You wouldn't want some snake in an actor's mouth and just hope that it crawls out that way. Oh, the mustache there was real. So it's this back and forth. Oh, shit. Oh, my Menon. That is amazing. I guess that's one of those things that's tough to explain in a movie because the character could shave his mustache, you know, over the course of a handful of days. John, thanks for joining us, man. See, Trudy isn't even really like packing up top for acting like she's hot shit, you know? We got MAGA Cat in the house. What's happening, MAGA? So good to see you. He says, holy shit, it's Davey fucking Deathray. That's right. Watching Sleepaway Camp with all the homies. Love Ronnie's shorts. He has the shortest shorts. Why must your shorts be so short? Yeah, I don't know. Is it sexism, or I think it's just people being complete assholes to each other, right? Because a lot of this is the women being really mean to Angela. So yeah, I don't even know if it's sexism or just this is just people where kids used to be a lot ruder, or at least we depicted them that way in movies a lot more than we do now. Porn stash. There you go. Dude, you're supposed to be a counselor, like a senior counselor, Meg. And Ronnie is just friggin' ripped. No wonder Ronnie is Cody's favorite character. Cody, you probably, you look up to this guy as a role model for physical fitness. Because if you guys don't know, our guy Cody Snyder is jacked. Proper jacked. That's the word that I'm thinking of. Yeah, Avery. I know it rubs people the wrong way. I don't mean it in I don't know. Every other English country or English speaking country seems to use it very well and properly. And I think it can be used the right way. For some reason in America, we have a really tough time with it. And now we're starting to get some of the question marks because Judy is wondering why Angela does not shower with the rest of the ladies. And she's being very crude here. This line here that's coming up, very memorable. This real carpenter's dream. Flat as a board and needs a screw. Holy shit. So there are some really cleverly written lines in this movie. Sleepaway Camp had one of those classic VHS covers that just popped out on the horror shelf at the video store back in the day. Yeah, I'm trying to. So you mean the shoe with the knife through it? That's the one that I remember the most, Bill, from Sleepaway Camp. But I'm trying to let me run through, Videoland in Juneau, Alaska. I'm trying to think of the ones when because I always walked into the horror aisle. I was just so fascinated, even though I wasn't renting those movies as a kid. Ghoulies, Dolls. Oh my God, Dolls really stood out to me. Gosh, I know there's other ones that really kind of scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. The Blob, that 88 remake of The Blob scared the piss out of me. Yeah. That was like all I had back in the day, before I was old enough to start renting them myself. Or I would catch them on TV, but I would be like, oh, like I'm going to walk through the aisle. The Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, the white hockey mask with the red lights, those are the things that that just so stood out to me as a kid. You're taking an eye out with a water balloon? Is that an actual worry? Thank you so much, Michelle. That's super sweet. I know liking it is really easy, and I know that asking you guys to share the channel or share the stream is I know that that's asking a little bit more of you guys. But if you guys are active on social media and you're having fun here and you dig the community and you dig what we cover on the channel and what we do on our live streams and pre-recorded material, just sharing it with someone. We have such a big, awesome horror community, and I want the Davey Deathray part of the community to grow along with everyone else. I think we have a really awesome vibe here, and the credit goes to you guys. You know, I think I said the other night, I feel like I'm just the MC of the event. You know, you guys, the show doesn't exist without you guys. So thank you so much, Michelle. Very nice, Dean. Got the Gutter Garb shirt with the original art. Is it the one with the shoe? Is that the one that you guys are thinking of too? Yeah, well, there's her cousin Ricky is nice, and then Paul is nice as well. And I think there's one of the older guys that's not a total shit later on. And you know, Ronnie, the older counselor, the beefy guy with the short shorts, he's a nice guy. But yeah, not many, Paula. A lot of these people are terrible people. And that's why the movie's got such a great body count. We wear short shorts. Avery, I have no idea, man. I couldn't figure that out either. I think Meg is super cute, and I don't know why she likes Mel either. And how old do we think Meg is in this movie? Like, really, she's probably only like supposed to be 17 or 18, right? Like senior in high school. Pumpkin King says no. Kids were for sure more rude back then. Yeah, and it's East Coast, so there's a toughness, I think, even still to this day on the East Coast that doesn't exist everywhere in the country. There you go. All right. Looks like I nailed it based on the emoji collection there that Cody put together. Cody is indeed a beefcake. It's true. It's true. The next time I see, so Cody was in good shape when I met him at age 45, but that was a couple years ago. So the next time I see Cody, I'm gonna, it'll be intimidating. Now, this is another great special effect, and I'm pretty sure that this is yet another dummy that's dressed up. I don't know any person that would allow that to happen. Plus all the sores. I gotta give the movie that. It's $350,000. It made $11 million, and man, those effects are really friggin' solid. And Ronnie, you can see his bulge in the sweatpants here. So, you know, if you're looking, you're looking. And I guess I just got caught looking. I remember the Nair commercials too, Bill. Yeah, no, you couldn't do this movie now. People even criticize it today. They try to act like it's some sort of anti-trans kind of thing or whatever, you know, like just because that the killer is of that, I don't even know what to call it. I mean, Angela was forced to be this way by the aunt. So I don't even think it really reflects on that. But again, we live in an era where nuance isn't really appreciated and people don't really, you know, look at the whole picture. They just look at the picture the part of the picture that they want to, that fits either like their preferred narrative or suits the criticism that they want to have, or can like help them manufacture this outrage that, I don't know, maybe makes them feel like a victim too in some sort of way, a victim by proxy, or I had to experience this thing, so now I'm hurt. But I think genuinely in this movie, what I take away from it is that the aunt is the villain. And that Angela is, yeah, I mean, it's not like Angela is completely innocent, obviously. But that Angela was coerced and turned into a monster by an adult. And the fact that she's a monster has to do with that manipulation. That's a nice move there. I missed that the first time watching. Give somebody a smooch and tuck your leg behind them and then just push them down. I got to try that sometime. Snyder Man does whatever a Snyder can. Yeah, that's some pretty low stuff for sure. But kids can be fucking jerks, man. Yeah, the Blob remake is great. So here's one of those dreamy scenes here where it's like a flashback to the two kids watching and laughing at their dad in bed with his male lover. And then I don't know what is this what I think it is? Does this mean that, like, were they having some weird thing, the two siblings? I don't know, guys. This movie is just so odd to me and bizarre, and his finger keeps on getting closer and closer, and then we have the freak out. You guys that have seen the movie more than I have or discussed this movie, is there something going on there too with the siblings? I don't know. I don't even want to try to wrap my head around that one. Leanna Bevy Rage jumps on in and says, wow, already at 41 likes. Anyone new, please don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much, Leanna. I really appreciate the reminder. Yeah, guys, the last handful of streams have been really incredible. You guys have been amazing. You know, the super chat generosity and support, the support with the likes, and we just keep on cruising with the growth of the channel. And again, like, thank you guys. It's really cool to see. I'm curious to see where we're at with our subscribers. Guys, we're already at 1620. It was just on Saturday that we broke 1600, and we've already gotten 20 more subscribers since then. So thank you so much. That really is, you know, hey, I put in some work here, but you guys are putting in a hell of a lot of work. So thank you so much. And that's awesome to break 40 likes. Guys, this channel is small potatoes. So to break 30 likes is great. To break 40 is incredible. And seeing that there's 28 people here watching the stream, and I think last night we peaked at 40, which is the most I've ever had, unless I've had somebody like Cody Leach on the channel or Lee from Drum Dums. When I've gone solo, I've never had 40 people in the chat or in the watching the stream. So thank you guys so much. And I'll talk a little bit more about how Sleepaway Camp creeps the hell out of me. Yes, Leanna coming through clutch. And here's a great time for me to highlight our amazing group of mods as well. So Jamie Hart here, whose chat is brought up, she was the original mod. Dean is relatively new. The Daily Ghost is relatively new. Leanna's been there for a while as a moderator. We've also got, you know, Cody Snyder's one of our mods, buff ass Cody Snyder. Eli Cortez, what a great mod. I know Erica was in here earlier. She is out on the East Coast. I'm not sure if she's able to stay for the whole time, so I'm not sure if she's here right now. But what I love about the team of mods is they all bring something different to the table, and they're all great mods for different reasons. So really appreciate, you know, encouraging people to like, sharing the links of content creators, you know, making people feel welcome, reminding people about a super chat goal if I have a super chat goal. And again, guys, super chats, they're just a bonus. All that I really want from you is your company. Yeah, love the mods. Just wanted to give them some love there for a second. Eli is the king of the links. I'm cock watching. What did you call it, Leanna? Meat gazer? Is that what it's called? I just happened to notice it. I wasn't trying. It's like plumber's crack. Sometimes you just notice a bulge in tight ass sweatpants. I don't know. Nothing taboo is off limits in this. True. Yeah. Judy is just, and Ricky deals with it so well. Calls her a scumbag, just flips her off and walks away. I love it. Yeah. No, it's true what you're saying there, Avery. Angela's there's a lot of complex stuff going on. For sure. I think what triggers that weird memory for Angela, which sparks the freak out. That odd exchange between the two kids is just left up to viewer interpretation. Yeah, with all the weird kind of sexual stuff they do in here, it just makes me, I'm like, what are they trying to insinuate here? See you next Tuesday, sir, was the name of my bowling team on Tuesday night. Oh, that's great. Having some mental damage from the accident, but no, the siblings were not doing anything weird. It's just very, I'm guessing you mean not very well explained. My ass is doing them squats. I have, you know what? That's my lower half, my legs and my booty naturally don't have a problem being toned. It's everything else like up top here. I don't know. Maybe my shoulders are okay. I don't know. Do I have small shoulders? Do I have big shoulders, regular shoulders? I don't even know. I'm getting all self-conscious because buff ass Cody Snyder's in the chat. Holy cow, Leanna's been a member for 11 months. So Eli and Jamie just celebrated their year anniversary of membership. And here we go. Leanna, Bevy Rage. Leanna, I think our digital friendship coming up here on what, August 28th, something like that. Yeah. The very famous Rob Zombie Halloween 2 stream on Drum Dums, where I was able to get Lee and Nick from the Lost River Drive-In to do a stream with me celebrating 15 years of that movie, which we all absolutely adore. And that's the first time that Leanna and I crossed paths here on YouTube. So happy 11 months, Leanna. That is awesome. I'm so grateful for all of you lovely people that I've met through the channel. It's been 2 years of the channel, and so many of you have been hanging out for such a long time. Bill is another. Bill, maybe I'm talking out of turn here. I consider you a friend, especially with all the video calls. I feel like we've gotten to know each other quite a bit. Even had you on an episode or a stream of Movie Punks. Yeah, all of you guys are great. It's wild, Leanna. I know. What a year it's been. The last 7 months, admittedly, have really flown by with everything going on, at least for me. Yeah, and Mel is being, sorry, I know I'm like giving you guys your flowers and not talking about the movie, but Ronnie's got to come and save Ricky from Mel, because Mel is just starting to like worry about his financial future. I can't believe he hasn't been held liable by somebody yet, insurance wise, but maybe it wasn't as big of a deal. I know frivolous lawsuits weren't as famous then. You real peckerhead. You know that, Meg? Meg and Judy. Couple of see you next Tuesdays. Cody the mod with the bod. Buffing the wheeze. You just reminded me tomorrow's leg day. Love it. Just did leg stuff earlier. What's happening? We got Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music by Menon. Another TV commercial break. Welcome on in, Corey. Hope you are having a great week so far. Did you happen to catch the Sweet Revenge short film earlier? Right now we're watching Sleepaway Camp, but I'm just curious to know if you checked out the Sweet Revenge. That side pony is clutch. Corey, my guy. Holy cow, Leanna gifted 10 Davey Deathray memberships. That is incredible. What a generous gift. Thank you so much, Leanna. You are too sweet. Wow, that's awesome. So we've gone from 53 to 63. Let's see who the lucky folks are who earned some channel memberships here. Tyler Adams got a membership. Big Papa Musk. What's happening, our guy Big Papa Musk? Tales from the Shelf, my buddy Mark over there. Hell yeah. Saki Bomb Yum. NRU Cody. Michelle Schmidt. Mr. Sandsman. Ooh, Darren Sands getting one. And what's in a name? Well, some of you folks are returning as channel members due to the gift, and some of you are brand new. Welcome on to channel membership. That will really push me to it's going to be either tomorrow or Friday for a membership stream. So what I'll do for the members is I'll put a poll out there on which day you guys prefer. And I always try to find a day where the people across the pond as well as us stateside folks can join us. So maybe mid-afternoon on something like Friday. I don't know. Oh, and I almost missed. Punkachino and DJ Plays Favorites were also gifted memberships. Awesome. Thank you so much, Leanna. You are too sweet. Your support for the channel is absolutely incredible. And oh my gosh, not a big deal. We've got 4 of the 10 super chats required for me to do a review and breakdown of the Sweet Revenge short film. But guys, we've got less than 6 minutes to get 6 more super chats, $2 or more. Again, not a requirement, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up there on that one. Honestly, I wouldn't mind working on something else. I'm just not going to do a full breakdown of the Sweet Revenge thing unless you guys show me that you really, really want it. How about that? Sound fair? Okay. Oh, we got the stab in the back through the paper thin showers. This is a brutal kill here. The blood gushing through the side is great. I love even like washing the knife off here. And yeah, by the way, Meg and Mel hooking up. Oh, reminds me of the age difference between my ex and her current flame. Boom. Darren has joined the group. Liana's dropping the generosity like a pro. Hell yeah. Very much so. Oh my gosh. How far behind am I? What just happened here? I think I got totally screwed up in the chat. I thought I was right there with you guys. Okay, sweet. I found my spot. Boom. Firing off memberships. I love it. Leanna's great. She does it. I see it all over the place. So I see it happening on multiple channels. And, gifting memberships is such an awesome way to show support and bring in some new people and show them what they may be missing. And with me, honestly, guys, because I've been slacking on it lately, I haven't been as up on the membership stuff as I was earlier this summer. So that's something I need to rededicate myself to for sure. The great thing too about membership is that you can become a member for just 99 cents a month. So really not that bad. Absolutely. Congrats to those folks. Best community on YouTube, says Eli Cortez. I think you're right about that one. I think you are. Whew. Bill says, of course we're friends. Looking forward to the next Movie Punks in October. If we're still on, I know I'm stoked. Absolutely. We will get you back on in October. Bill, I've actually got to reach out to Foz because we owe Cody Snyder a Movie Punks on the movie Cuffs, starring Christian Slater. She does. She looks like vacant. There's this catatonic sort of look she gives. Love to see it, Big Papa Musk. Love that you got that green on your name. And all of you members will see your name added to the next, membership cards. I'm going to have to make a whole new card to fit all the new folks on there. Now, this scene, guys, right, if you're watching along right now, are these just people that are camping outside of the camp just by themselves? I didn't recognize any of these people. Are they from Camp Arawak or whatever it is? Because if they're not part of it, it's very tragic what happens. Too bad it wasn't Angela that met Jason Voorhees. There you go. Pumpkin King throwing out the applause for Leanna. Tyler throwing out the love as well. Eli, thank you so much for kicking it with us, man. Really appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of your night, bud. And yes, don't forget to slash that like button and sub to this amazing channel. Ooh, first day of school for your little one tomorrow. Heck yeah, man. I hope it's a great day for him. This guy's just like, yeah, I'm Mel, I'm the camp owner, and I'm just gonna casually walk around and be like, where's that 17-year-old girl I was supposed to meet for dinner? She's like late. And because you guys are awesome, J Beach, but thank you so much. I mean, I guess if you guys didn't like hanging out with me, then there wouldn't be much of a channel. So I will take the compliment gracefully and throw it right back at you that you guys are incredible. Then so what happens to them is really fucked, Dean. I don't know if I have a favorite kill in the movie. The B one might be my favorite one just because it's such a cool piece. The saddest kills are coming up. A couple hours ago. And this actor here that plays Mel, this guy's name is Mike Kellen. Kellen Me Softly, as I think I said earlier. He was really sick during the filming of this movie, and he actually passed away 3 months before the movie came out. So this was his last film, and I don't know, I guess like you can kind of see it in the performance. What a way to go out, though, playing a total creep in a classic slasher movie. I mean, he'll never, that's legacy is friggin' locked in. Jamie says, I got no clue what I bring to this chat. I love you, but I love you all. I just try to make jokes, talk movies, and drop the hammer when need be. Well, yeah, I think that's, Jamie, you're a great, huge wealth of knowledge as far as like the films go that we talk about here, and so joining in on the conversation, keeping things on the rails, that's certainly something you bring to the table for sure. And yeah, I don't know. You've been here through the toughest times to mod. And luckily, fingers crossed, lately it's been a lot easier for the mods. But there was a time about a year and a half ago to a year ago that was really rough with the malarkey that we were putting up with. I had him, I let him go. Dean Renner in the chat. Ashton says, you bring more than I do, Jamie. What's happening, King Matthew III? Welcome on in. We've got about 10 more minutes, something like that, left of Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, I agree. Did you see him doing the Dino thing? I like here how it is really difficult with the backlight. It is difficult to tell who that is, and the way the hair is, that like you think it could be Ricky or it could be Angela. Don't turn the light on or the end of the movie will be spoiled. I'm a bitch. I'm Judy. Now, guys, I know I have a lot of questions for y'all when it comes to the disturbing aspects of 1983 Sleepaway Camp, but are we being made to believe that the curling iron is used to seal up a very private orifice on Judy's body? Because I'm getting that feeling that something is being clamped into the curling iron here. I'm trying to be very delicate of how I'm talking. Yeah, this looks, is that what's happening? I just almost like assume that this movie is going to do the worst thing possible to these characters. Definitely Ricky with a wig just to throw us off. I'm right about the curling iron? Dude, it's fucked up, man. Excuse my language if there's any underage people here in the chat watching Sleepaway Camp. If you're underage and you're watching Sleepaway Camp, there's this guy named Mel. He's like 60 years old, and he probably wants to have dinner with you. And we get a nice little throw up there, some clam chowder or something they had the actor spit out. This is messed up, man. Kids chopped up in sleeping bags by Angela. That's messed up. That is pretty villainous. The other people, you could argue, deserved it, or at least deserved some sort of punishment. That is heartbreaking right there. Oh my God. Dean confirms. That is so hardcore. As Saul Rosenberg from the Jerky Boys would say, that would probably seal me up for good. Fuck. Creative. Also, you know, the bee kill is the most impressive effects-wise. Curling iron kill, that's the most creative one. That is, that's brutal. That would make Art the Clown blush. And I know they don't show it to the extent that they would if they had put that in Terrifier, but I think that brings up an interesting point about slashers, is that the way I feel about these sorts of movies is you can have some kills that are over the top and bloody, and they actually show the blood during the kill. They make use of the gore effects. And then you can have the occasional off-screen, maybe one off-screen kill, maybe two. And then you can have the implied use of shadow kind of, you know, I feel like there's a way to work in all of those different flavors, and that not everything needs to be in your face like it is in Terrifier. And Mel turns into a total psycho. And speaking of which, I had compared him to looking like an ape. And there he is, pounding his fists like a literal ape from the beginning of 2001: A Space Odyssey. How about that? But and you know what's funny there, Jamie? I think what Bill had said that too. No, Ricky with the wig, definitely Ricky. I think there's something really smart about that, though, to keep the audience guessing, because they look similarly enough that it's not clear either way. I like that. Yeah, and it's streaming. So if you look at the ticker down below there, King Matthew, inspired by Friday the 13th here with this arrow kill with the target in the background. That's a really good effect right there. I don't know how they did that so seamlessly. That's a really good effect. King Matthew, Peacock, Amazon, Tubi, Plex, Pluto TV, all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's really messed up. I think it's called Hot Lips. I worked at a pizza place called Hot Lips in Portland. Pumpkin King dropping the $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, oh my God, the Jerky Boys. Yes, the first 3 Jerky Boys records are classics. I didn't spend much time listening to the 4th one, but man, the first 3, oh, they're so good. That 3rd Jerky Boys where they placed ads and they had people call them, genius. Thank you so much for the $9.99, Pumpkin King. You are rocking and rolling. And let me see here. I think our super chat goal is, what do we got here? Goal ended, so we didn't quite reach that one, but thank you so much to everybody that contributed to that super chat goal there. Yeah. Hey, that takes one thing off my plate, and I can focus on members only streams and cutting up some of the news bits and doing some pre-recorded reviews and fun stuff like that. But thank you again to everybody that has contributed a super chat. Are they? I don't know. Oh, here's the fake mustache. There it is. Full on abuse of a minor. Yeah, with the ape pounding. This flashlight, biggest flashlight I've ever seen in my life. Like longest flashlight. That thing's like a yard long. Yeah. I might have seen worse in a movie, but yeah, it doesn't really match now, does it? This one looks more like a porn stash to me with the fakiness. That's what I thought. It was just a random family. A Ran fam. Yeah, Meg dead. She dead. Oh, that looks really bad. No, that is atrocious. When they just showed it in the low light, that is so bad. In the low light, when he's like looking at the ground or whatever, you couldn't really tell like that it's completely black and completely flat and not bushy. That was really bad. Like you might as well have just done like a Groucho Marx, like grab some ink and just like wipe it on your lip there for that one. That was really bad. Hell yes for cuffs, says Amanda. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I know Cody's a big fan and so is Foz, but I don't think I've seen it since it came out on VHS. Okay, here we go, guys. We are at our grand finale, the shocking moment that everyone knows, I think, even if they haven't seen the movie. But yeah, the shocking revelation. This chick is weird. I love the black backgrounds, though, the dreamy quality of these flashbacks. Kind of reminds me of like Drop Dead Fred a little bit. Some of the weird dreamy kind of stuff in Drop Dead Fred. Classic movie with Rick Mayall and Phoebe Cates. Here's an off-topic question, guys. Do you think if they end up doing Gremlins 3 because Chris Columbus handed off the script to Spielberg for approval, do you think Phoebe Cates would come back? Me too, Cody. I'm a big hugger. It's true. Peter is the name. Okay. The sound and just that like frozen, is the head a prosthetic as well? Like, is the person wearing a mask of Angela? Not seen it. Don't spoil the ending. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think I said anything that really gave it all away if you're only tuning in now. But yeah, I mean, the movie's been out since 1983 and it has one of the most controversial yet well-known endings of all time. In fact, I just saw the movie for the first time earlier today. I've known about the ending for years and years and years. So there we go, guys. That is Sleepaway Camp, just coming in at about an hour and 22 minutes. So there we are. I'm going to go back on over here. There we go. They rhymed eyes and surprise. I don't know how I feel about that. But okay, I'm going to bring in the White Bat audio music there. There we go. Hell yeah. Well, shoot, here's what I'll say, guys, because after the first time watching it, the movie, I was like, oh, this is kind of rough. Like, there's a lot of, like, really heavy themes here and some really disturbing stuff going on in Sleepaway Camp. I am going to say, after watching it a second time with you guys, I can see the charm a lot more, for sure. And I certainly did appreciate the kills and the special effects a lot more. It's still got some very difficult themes. Yeah, I mean, it's very tough to like offend my sensibilities. Gosh, I'd like to think that like there's no kind of art that could really like offend me, because I believe so much that people should be able to express themselves through their art. So it's more about like whether or not it fits my taste or not. And I don't know when the next time I'll watch Sleepaway Camp again will be. But I'm certainly interested in checking out the sequels. I'll say that for sure. I am into the sequels, yeah. Yeah, and a great example too, Dean, you know, in my review of weapons, which by the way, for the most part is a non-spoiler review, and then later, like, I give a warning before I get into the spoiler stuff, but I did finally put together my review of weapons that's on the channel if you guys want to check it out. And I'm not going to get into any spoiler territory, so don't worry. But one of the things I mentioned is I felt like the third act was a little too long, when that once we got like the reveal of what was really happening, there was so much more left in the movie. Sleepaway Camp goes the opposite direction, where literally it's like the last 3 minutes of the movie, you find out what's going on, and then boom, they just get the hell out. And I think somewhere in between is really would be the sweet spot for me as an audience member. It's just, again, my own taste. Jamie says, I even hugged the lady who crashed into my car in the dentist office parking lot last week. There you go. Yeah, I'm, you know, and especially, I don't know if it's like this way for the ladies as much as it is for the guys, but, you know, since I'm not in a romantic relationship, like, really the only time I ever get touched is like hugging my parents or hugging my niece or my brother, or when I hang out with the horror show people and we hug each other before we say bye. Like that's pretty much it. So, yeah. So I would probably hug the person that crashed into my car too. Dude, Drop Dead Fred is so good. Rick Mayall, so funny. I love The Young Ones. That was one of the first TV shows I ever saw on Comedy Central when we finally got the channel up in Alaska. I think it was like 94. Green Day broke. We got Comedy Central. I saw Mystery Science Theater 3000 for the very first time, which changed my life. It is my favorite TV show ever, and I don't think anything could ever beat it. And then there was The Young Ones. Yeah, she is nuts. The noise she makes. Yes, the noise that Angela makes is, I think, the most disturbing part of that. It starts to get a little silly with like the frozen face, but the noise is chilling. Not a chance that Phoebe Cates comes back. Ah, well, that would be too bad if that's true. Gallagher, like the comedian. It's a mask. Okay. The head is a very realistic looking mask, although odd that it just has to stay frozen like that, you know, odd choice. Everyone was fine. My husband's done worse damage or worse to my car in the garage. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of car accidents happen in parking lots, and gosh, hopefully most of them are very chill. Yeah. The PP is real though. Oh, and somebody said earlier on in the chat that they had to like get him drunk because he felt all weird about doing it. The growling, the petting of the decapitated head, the wild reveal of who Angela is, a total mind fuck on the first watch. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Secret dance move. And by the way, welcome to the chat. I totally missed saying that. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. And yeah, we have wrapped up Sleepaway Camp. And gosh, I've been live for just over 3 hours now. I'm starting to feel the need for a little dinner. I tell you what. But we'll hang out with you guys. We'll spend a few more minutes with you and see what's up. College kid was scarred for life after doing that scene. To this day, nobody outside working on the movie knows who it is. Wow. I mean, you got a mask on. You're pretty anonymous, right? So at least there's that. Avery says it's one of those movies that grows on people the more times they watch it. Let's see here. I liked Weapons, but I didn't love it. I am right there with you. I thought it was good. The third act for me put it far from great. Yeah, that's wild. Become a total recluse. Like, what do you do for work after that? The ending is unforgettable. This was one of the first movies I ever rented from a rental shop. I think my mom was more shocked than I was. Yeah, yeah, because when you're younger, I think, yeah, the older you are, the more shocking it must be because you've seen so much more in your life up to that point. Would have found it more mysterious if we never saw or heard from kids again. That would have been more interesting to me. Drop Dead Fred rules. The young ones used to come on after Headbangers Ball back in the day. R.I.P. Rick Mile. Yeah. Yep. That's a sad one that we lost, what, a handful of years ago? Gosh, it couldn't have been 10 years ago, could it? Maybe. I met Felissa Rose at a festival. She turned out to be a very attractive adult woman. Yeah, she is a cutie, and judging from everything I've heard personally and then everything that people were saying in the chat, I've seen her at conventions. I've just never gone up to her because I have only seen her in her little bit role in Terrifier 2 until today. So now the next time a con comes around and she's hanging out, I'll be able to go say hi and kick it with her. No one knows who it was. Get Beulah Ballbricker. She can identify any tallywhacker. Great Porky's reference, Jamie. Did you see Porky's in the theater? I think it came out the year I was born. Paula says, oh my God, with that reveal, I never want to watch this movie again. I liked it. Was she/he a demon? No, I just think that she, Peter, Angela, was twisted into something that they were never meant to be by the crazy aunt, who is ultimately the big bad. Sure, Angela's doing the slashing, but Angela probably wouldn't have been doing the slashing if Angela were just left alone to be Peter, right? That's what it seems like. Seems like Peter wanted to be Peter, and Peter did not want to be Angela. Yeah, for sure. Daz, I have not seen Bottom with Rick Mile. No. Boom, DJ Plays Favorites jumping in to say hello, thank you for the gifted membership, whoever it was. It was Leanna Bevy Rage, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad mods. That is one of the funniest scenes in that movie. Oh my God. I love that the one guy in Porky's, you know, because Bob Clark did Porky's and he also did Black Christmas, like 6 years before, 8 years before that. And he did A Christmas Story as well. But the one guy that is the older gym teacher in Porky's was also the goofy, or like the police officer that Margot Kidder was giving shit to in Black Christmas. Guy's got a great look. He seriously looks like a Norman Rockwell character. Yeah, the growling is really, that's the most disturbing part of it all. Well, I guess maybe the dong. You know, we're not used to seeing dongs in movies, guys. We're just not used to it. So that's why, you know, like the Alpha from 28 years later, it was just like, seriously, with this guy, you got to show his dong this much? Like, this is crazy. If you're a fan of To Live and Die in LA with William Peterson from the original CSI, dude hangs dong in that movie. It's true. It's all true. But we're not used to it in this day and age. We hardly have any nudity anymore in movies to speak of, let alone dude nudity. Dude full frontal. Desiree Gould, who plays Aunt Martha, was Aunt Martha. Gosh, I'm speaking like an East Coaster. Aunt Martha. Desiree Gould, who plays Aunt Martha, was great. Why did you say that name? That is certainly a performance choice. It is so over the top, and it stands out. So I will give it that. It is a performance that I will not forget. Have a great rest of your night, Bill. Thank you so much for kicking it with us, bud. The aunt didn't want to have Peter and Ricky. She wanted a girl, so she forced Peter to become Angela. Yeah. I was too young to see Porky's in the theater. I may have seen Porky's 2 at the drive-in. Ooh, the next day. Watch Alien Earth, says Medley Man. Yes, that is on my list. One of you lovely folks in the community were so gracious to reach out with your Hulu and Disney Plus login for me, so thank you so much. I will let that person remain anonymous. So yeah, I'm going to watch the first couple episodes of Alien Earth. And welcome on in, Medley Man, one of our great channel members. Angela has some therapy and a full sex change in the sequels, and ironically serves as an enforcer of 80s cliche conservative values. Spoiler alert for movies that I should have seen 40 years ago. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, I mean, I love that first Porky so much. I thought Aunt Martha overacted, says Paula. I do love the other performances, though, especially Angela. She certainly does overact. I think that was a purposefully done. But yeah, I hear you. It doesn't consistently fit with the other performances. To Live and Die in LA is awesome. One of my favorite soundtracks. It's really good. I mean, between To Live and Die in LA and Manhunter, William Peterson was in some really good, like, gritty cop dramas in the 80s. Yeah, it was wild. I will say, though, if you're going to show dick, stop with the prosthetics. At least show the real thing. Come on. Sequel basically retcons the first movie. Gotcha. Okay. I think nudity is perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a photography book project for men's mental and physical health and photography. And the photography is nude fine art photography. All right. Yeah, I think it's all about, with art, again, I would never want to tell people how they can or can't express themselves. It's really about the audience sort of tells you if that expression is something that people want to be seeing, right? So it's like whether or not you have an audience sort of dictates, if that's either worth pursuing or has the kind of value that the artist sees from within it. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just all about like where you put it, the placement, if it fits the piece. I'm talking about movies, like if it fits with movies. And I think in slasher movies, nudity totally fits. Yeah. Manhunter is my favorite film from Man. It is really good. It's way better than the Red Dragon remake of it. Yeah. Sean Laughlin says, set up everybody. I just got done watching that new Angry Orchard commercial. What did you think of it, Sean? That's how we started this epic live stream. We're about 3 hours and 9 minutes in. But yeah, we had some fun talking about that one. Voorhees is a must-see. Yeah. Yeah, if you can handle guy and girl nudity, that's a great example right there. TJ Plays Favorites. Voorhees, it's got it all. Hilarious, too. Yeah, I've never seen Rampage. Friedkin's Forgotten 80s movie with Michael Biehn. Ooh, I do really like Michael Biehn. Great actor. Sleepaway Camp doesn't retcon the original. Angela hides her identity. Gotcha. Well, I might put that on at some point. I've got some other things I want to do tonight, and the list of things I need to watch just keeps on growing. But let me see here. Yeah, guys, we're at about 3 hours, 10 minutes. I think that's a good time to start winding things down, unless you guys have any questions for me or anything like that. I'm going to have a sip of water here. Did they shoot 2 and 3 back to back? I'm just going to rudely check my phone. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. All right. Nothing pressing happening there. That's good. The poster for 2 is pretty cool with the Freddy glove and knockoff Jason mask. Yeah, that's one that I remember seeing for years. Watch the replay. Yeah, if you guys, and so if you missed us watching the Sweet Revenge, we did a standard watch party thing, and then I found out that people were actually streaming it with the movie on, or with the short film on. So we watched it without it on the screen, and then we did a second watch through. So we were able to kind of, fine tune our opinions and had a really good discussion here about everything with everyone. So that was about an hour or so, watching and talking about the Sweet Revenge short. So yeah, if you're just jumping in now, you can scrub on back and check that out. I will just say one more time, just in case you just recently hopped in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. Man, 45 likes. You guys are amazing. If there are 5 people hanging out that haven't hit the like button yet and you want to get it to 50, that would be even cooler. And keep an eye out for all you channel members, everyone that's got green on their screen name. Keep an eye out for a poll. I'm going to put a poll out there for you guys just between Thursday, tomorrow, or Friday when you want to have our next members only. I'll put Sunday on there as well. So I'll give you guys 3 options. You let me know when you want to have the next members only, and then we'll put something really great together for you guys, because it's been a while, and now we have, I think, about 15 brand new channel members with the gifts that Leanna gave, as well as a couple people who purchased their own memberships. Sean Laughlin says, I was just happy to see official material. I guess even if it is a super long commercial, it was nice to just to be hanging out at the lake again. Yeah, and the commercial part of it really wasn't so bad. They handled it really well. I hope they film an actual Friday the 13th feature movie on film stock, not digital. Oof, that would be very expensive. Hardly any movies get filmed on film. Most of it's digital now. Sweet Revenge just looked like a slightly higher budgeted fan film with one great kill that saved it. Yeah, guys, we kind of got into this discussion the other night, and Daz backs me up there. The only movies that really get shot on film anymore, it's like Christopher Nolan, Zack Snyder, Steven Spielberg. It is like 5% of movies probably get shot on film. Like everything else is digital. So I will say this secret dance move. You can shoot it digitally, but when you're in post, you can do things to the film in post, to the digital film in post, to make it look like it's gritty. For example, this was the example I used the other night. Was it last night? The Terrifier movies are shot digitally, but they have that grainy kind of grindhouse quality to the look, and that's all digital film. Digital, especially with red cameras, just looks too clean and sharp to me. It's all about the post-production. It really is. But I agree that it looks a little too clean, but it is about the post-production for sure, and how you handle the color timing, the compression that you put on the video, and the editing, I would say. Yeah, I think Tarantino does as well. But again, Tarantino has 7 movies or whatever, so hardly anybody shoots on film. It's very expensive, guys. It is crazy expensive. And I hate to break it to everybody that's a big music fan. Maybe 1% of music is recorded on actual tape. Everything else is digital. So regardless of how it sounds, it's just way too expensive, and the equipment is not readily available for most people. They certainly did not light it properly. Yeah, you can hardly see Jason even when they show him. It's like they know that he looks like crap, right? The cloud. Well, and the studio's going to pay the extra money, and he's artsy fartsy, you know. And I mean that in a complimentary way. I think Tarantino's a great filmmaker. So, but all right, guys, we're looking at 3 hours 15 minutes right now. I think that's a good time to call it. I've got to go grab some late dinner, but this was an absolute blast. Really appreciate everybody for kicking it with us, the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, our amazing group of Death Squad mods. Any of the new folks that came in here, gosh, I hope we earned your subscribe on this one. I do want to shout out the super chats before you guys start filing out. Amanda dropped a $1.99 super chat. Jared Arnold, or as I like to call him, Gerald, for some reason, I'm just terrible, dropped a $5-bucker. We got Ryan Underwood dropping the $13 for Wednesday the 13th and Jason Universe the 13th. Pumpkin King dropping a $19.99 super chat. Look at that. Leanna Bevy Rage is celebrating 11 months of membership. That is amazing. And then she also gifted 10 memberships. So if you received a gift membership tonight, that came from Miss Leanna Bevy Rage. And then Pumpkin King dropped another super chat, this time a $9.99er. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you guys. I'm so pumped that we have this amazing community. Let's just keep on marching towards 1,700. Again, if I reach 2,000 subscribers before Halloween, I will dress as the Alpha for Halloween. The Alpha from 28 years later, and we'll do a stream. That I can promise you, because that's how confident I am that we won't hit 2,000 subscribers. But see if you can prove me wrong. See if you can prove me wrong. And yeah, guys, for the members, I'll be back relatively soon. And for everybody else, if you haven't checked out my weapons review, it is live on the channel right now. And I give a fair warning before I get into any spoilers. All the spoilers are at the end, so you can watch the first 12 minutes or so without having anything even close to spoiled. So I just want to put that out there. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love each and every single one of you, and I'll be back as soon as humanly possible. But you know what? Until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take